Hello everyone, welcome to Robo Fan TV. Obviously Liverpool taking a well-earned summer break. The Euros is on, and we thought, well, we're just going to be in the office anyway. Let's just occasionally watch a game and talk about it. I'm Paul Machin in the studio, resplendent in purple as Mr. Chris Page.
I thought so.
Very good. Where'd you get that?
Dreams of songs to sing. Well, actually, it's threadsforeds.com, I suppose.
Fantastic. We're going to be watching the game. Look, let's be honest. You know, I quite like the Scotland shirts from the 90s, which is why I bought them, which is why they're behind us. There's probably some Scottish blood in me down the line. I mean, mum's side was the Bruces, and that's a very Scottish name. But you're so Polish, you change your name to be less Polish.
Well, no, actually, one side of the Polish family has got deep Scottish roots, believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gregor, he was supposedly linked to the Scottish king back in the day. I mean, he would be telling you this as he's singing Polish songs with his cock out in a fucking urinal in London. So I'm not sure whether to take that, my uncle's word on that one as the truth or not, but still got a few family members who live up there and stuff. So yeah.
Great. Well, there we go. So that's our claim to fame. I mean, Christ Almighty, there's lads who've been playing at major international tournaments for Ireland for years. Who've got far less connection to the Irish blood. So yeah, I think we're doing all right here. Neither of us are going to claim to be experts, but we thought we'd have a little bit of a laugh with it. In fact, because it's the Euros, and one of the things I enjoy most about major tournaments is the cliche of it all. And there's so many obvious things to spot. Now, obviously, COVID's made this slightly more difficult because they've got less people to pick from. Like, you've always got every single major tournament, you've got pervy cameraman / director.
Yeah.
So there's normally like someone whose job it is to pick out a really attractive people in the crowds. So that we'll keep our eyes peeled for that, of course. But what we've done, we asked you guys over on Twitter to give us as many sort of cliches around this game as possible. I want your suggestions in the comments for while we're doing this. We're going to play a sort of Scottish Euros cliche bingo. We're going to build the bingo as we go along, and we're going to tick things off as we go along. Now, a general one there, which we could have hit upon, would have been someone dyeing the hair blonde. That would have been a very, very good one. I see you've done the same for this, which is really good solidarity with Phil Foden and Craig Bailey.
Foden copies Chris Page.
So yeah, get your suggestions in the comments, and we'll play along. So I'll give you. We've spared no expense on this graphic. You'll be able to see. I've just typed it into a document. Tartan hat and the curly ginger wig. A Scottish flag painted on a bare chest. Kilts. Someone flashing their penis or arse from under a kilt.
Yeah, that's the best.
Braveheart face paint. Some sort of reference to Iron Brew, which we've done with the Robo Fan TV logo already. A reference to a battered Mars bar. I don't think anyone in Scotland's ever actually eaten a battered Mars bar, but while it's a cliche, this is not about truth. This is about cliche. Topless fans with bad sunburn, bagpipes, and Rod Stewart is what I've got. So. Yes, obviously we're here supporting Andy Robertson more than anything else. But I'd almost forgotten about Steve Clarke. Like, he was our assistant manager for a year and a half, maybe. I don't have any particularly massively fond memories of Steve Clarke. I'm not sure he particularly has massively fond memories of Liverpool, but yeah, we're looking for tenuous connections. He's literally been Liverpool's assistant manager.
He has. That's a nice display, isn't it? Look at that. Yeah, Steve Clarke. I mean, by all accounts, remember when he became our assistant manager, he was really highly rated and stuff, wasn't he? And obviously, first Scottish manager to get them to a major tournament forever. So clearly doing a good job and stuff like that. Obviously, more than just a coach, can be a manager as well, and he's proving that now. But I have no love for him.
At all. Is that there's no love? Does no love mean hatred? Or does no love mean just zero?
I mean, look, I'm here, but he's irrelevant to me.
Oh, hang on a second. Is that Braveheart face? Oh, it was a side face. I couldn't tell if it was Braveheart face paint or not. We'll have to wait a moment to get confirmation. If you're watching the BBC coverage, let us know your thoughts on that. Gav Red with the super chat. Thank you, Gav. As your Scotland correspondent, I congratulate you both on becoming 100% Scottish for the day. By the way, your Scottish bingo. I'm currently all of them. Yes! Yes, give it the beans, mate. Give it the beans.
He's right, Gav.
Yeah, he's right. I love it. Genuinely love it. Okay, we're scanning the crowd right. Oh, there we go. No, it's not a tartan hat. It's a St Andrew's Cross hat with the ginger thing. We're close. We're closing in already. The game is not even kicked off, and we are teetering around skirting around the fringes of our Scottish Euro cliche bingo already. Oh, is that Ariel here?
On the doll. On the doll. It had a tartan hat and a ginger
She had
thing.
a doll?
Yeah.
I love and hate. When I'm in a really good mood, I like all the really cringeworthy weirdness that comes with international fandom. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with that for now. I've got a much greater affinity for the Scottish face, but not on a bare chest. Close, but not yet. You know what? I've said this to you before. I'm not like, this is the Euros tournament. And in fact just the international tournament, I'm the least excited about, and have been the least excited about. But I'm actually really enjoying it. Given my timeline's been filled with, I nearly had Groundskeeper Willie. I'm putting Groundskeeper Willie on the list for next time. Groundskeeper Willie, cool. I thought it would be too much. I thought, why would it be a Groundskeeper Willie? No, someone's put him on a fucking flag. You think about how much hate and misery timelines are filled with. I've actually really enjoyed how much everyone's buzzing off the Euros. I enjoyed all the people who are my mates who really like England. I enjoyed seeing all them getting excited for it. I've enjoyed watching the Scotland fans going mad for it. It's kind of that's the beauty of international football in its own way.
No, it is. People enjoying themselves is always good fun to watch, isn't it? Like, I don't get anything from these games or from this tournament so far anyway. But, you can appreciate it. It's massive to some people. Fair play to them. They probably look at us, lining the streets of Anfield for a big European. I go, what's that? Well, it's the same thing, isn't it? Yeah. When you're fully emotionally invested into something, you get swept along.
Yeah, definitely. Hello, Nicholas Miller this afternoon. Paul and Chris. Ahmed says, watch along for Scotland, but not England. Well, yeah, do you want to know why? England game, not only are we not that arsed, and I'm not saying we won't do a watch along for England, it was at the weekend. Biel's coming in on the weekend.
I was at a barbecue.
Yeah. I watched it in my dad's, but I watched it, but whatever. Whatever. Look, I think we made this perfectly clear. I harbour no ill feeling, particularly towards England. I'm not going to sit around and and tell people what people should and shouldn't enjoy or love or whatever. But I can't pretend to be really into something I'm not. What I am into is football. Like, I enjoy watching football. I will celebrate. I celebrated. I was on the phone and I had the Netherlands Ukraine goal on, and nearly threw my phone out my hand when Yarmolenko scored last night, because it was an absolute pair of a goal. When they scored, I'll celebrate goals because I like football. And that's the beauty of a Euros, is finding heroes.
I watched the England game yesterday. I really enjoyed watching England score. It was a good goal. Yeah. Calvin Phillips was superb in the build-up to it. Great little through ball and stuff. Sterling slots it away. Brilliant. Equally, I wasn't when Croatia were attacking, I wasn't biting my nails. I was just enjoying the football, because we're all football fans.
Well, for England, I get to be I know my uncle is a Liverpool fan. If I really wanted to be, and I try my best not to be, is gets to be dead negative about everything. When it goes well, you get to celebrate, and when it doesn't go well, you get to go, well, I said it was crap anyway.
Yeah, what's he doing playing Trippier left back? The dickhead.
I just thought that was hilarious, because I don't mind Gareth Southgate at all. I'm not particularly I'm not a fan of Gareth. I'm not a fan of England. I think he's a decent manager, and I find it funny because everyone just constantly looks for reasons to hate the England manager. There's no such thing as a good England manager. Same way there's no such thing as a good England goalkeeper.
Well, for me, what I like about Southgate, and I don't know whether he's going to be a great manager or considered a great manager when his career is done or whatever. My guess is he's not, but regardless, he's his own man, and he's not bowing to the pressure, which is it's kind of nice to see. Yeah. I understand why he played Trippier there, because Trippier's decent at free kicks, and England got to the semi-final of the last World Cup because of set pieces and stuff, and with Ward-Prowse not being in the squad and stuff, it kind of made sense to have someone who can take free kicks. As it turned out, Mason Mount got the closest with a free kick yesterday, not Trippier, who hit the wall with his one free kick. It was a bit mad to me in that you've got Shaw and Chilwell, two of the best left-backs in the league this season, along with our man Andy Robertson, and yet we were quite conservative down that left-hand side because it was Trippier, but we were conservative down the right with Kyle Walker there as well. So he's made a good decision. It's justified as well, because he goes out and gets the win against a good Croatia side. We went to watch them just a few years ago when they played Brazil and Anfield, Croatia. They were a good side then, and they're still a good side now. Maybe that midfield's aging a little bit and stuff, but they're a good footballing side, and England managed the game really well.
You've got to win football matches in tournaments. It doesn't really matter how you do it, because you're right. No, England didn't play well in the World Cup. But they got the results to get them to where they were.
Portugal didn't play well last time when he went on to win the Euros.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's it. So it's fine. It's absolutely fine. It's funny seeing the kind of reactions that I see when Liverpool team sheets come out about a team, and it's all coming from similar people and wider, and people are losing their heads and being like, and I don't. And that's my point, and your point as well. I'm not emotionally invested in it. So I'm kind of like, okay, well, let's see how... Which actually, I'm kind of like with the Liverpool stuff, even though I am emotionally invested. I think the manager's decent. We'll let them, and no choice. What's the point? All right, well, he's put a right back at left back. Well, he's got like 12 in the squad, so he's got to put them somewhere for a start. And he's also the manager, you're not going to change him.
Can I give you an example of why you don't need to be like the best manager in the world for national teams? Could you imagine trying to teach someone Guardiola or Klopp's system in fucking 2 weeks a year? Like, they'd turn up Spain like with Guardiola as manager, and they'd all be like, what the fucking hell are we supposed to be doing here? You've not given us enough time to research this and play this way. You've just got to get players on the field and win games. That's it. That's all you've got to do, and kind of manage expectations, which Southgate's doing.
What is your knowledge or understanding of this Scotland team?
Andy Robertson's their captain and his left back.
Yeah.
Kieran Tierney, who's a left back as well, seems to play in the same side. Billy Gilmore, that little shit from Chelsea, plays for them. Jay Adams was normally their striker. He's not there. There's a McGinn playing. And Andy Gorham isn't the goalkeeper anymore.
Yeah. So just for those of you who are interested, it's David Marshall in goal. It's a back three of Grant Hanley, Liam Cooper and Jack Hendry. And is Jack Hendry related to Colin Hendry? That'd be interesting to know. Andy Robertson's left wing back. Scott McTominay, John McGinn, Stuart Armstrong midfield. Stephen O'Donnell, I'd never heard of, on the other side.
Sounds like he's come over from Ireland.
Yeah. Lyndon Dykes and Ryan Christie up front for them. Yeah, Kieran Tierney is injured, so he's not involved in this one, but he would have played, I think, on the left of the back three. Yeah, fine. It was an interesting point by Steve Clarke, as we're underway here, by the way. And a big ball. Oh, yeah, you love a big crossfield ball from kick-off. Big header, go on. I'm going to have to learn the names as I go along here. Brought down by the lad with the blonde hair.
That's Dykes.
The guy with the blonde hair?
Yeah.
Good on him. He's channeling Craig Bailey. Which
at least I think it's like it was a 1 and 2 guess, Paul.
Or is it a 1 and 11? Yeah. You've pared it down to rough areas of the field there as well. Clever. Yeah, anyway, whatever.
Maybe think of Isgi some Christos fuck all then, yeah.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, yeah. But I found this when I was watching the England game. Like, I didn't know, obviously, the obvious names in the Croatia side. And then I was watching the Dutch and look at their team. I don't know where are all the good players in world football?
There's about 3 Netherlands players that I'd never heard of. Yeah. Like never heard of. Yeah. Not even in England. Like this Patrick Schick, I think we might have played against him at some point. I recognise his name.
Napoli or Roma, maybe?
I recognise that. I think Liverpool have played against him over the last few years. Yeah. I know CZECH and Kufal.
Plays for Bayer Leverkusen now. Good to know. Yeah, there you go, Patrick Schick.
Well, that will probably have come around because of lockdown, and they were the first 40 back.
Early ball whipped over the head of everyone. It's going to be picked up at the far post. Yeah, Defo. O'Donnell cuts it back. That's a terrible cross.
Oh, don't. We should have put Paul does a Scottish accent on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, keep your suggestions coming in if you've got anything for your Euro. Former Roma, yes, says Jamie Mellon on Schick. Get it. There we go. That's a win. I call that a win. Yeah, if you've got some more Scottish cliches for our Scottish Euro cliche bingo to get in, then send them in the comments section. So far, we've added groundskeeper Willie. If only I'd had the foresight to put him on first, because there was someone in the crowd with a groundskeeper Willie flag. Rod Stewart, some reference to Rod Stewart. Now, bear in mind, we can't hear the commentary, so if you hear any references to these things, give us a big shout. Bang it in caps as well, so we can really see it in the comments. We see bagpipes, topless fans with bad sunburn, a reference to a battered Mars bar, which is a stretch, I think, but whatever. A reference to Iron Brew. Braveheart face paint, come close. We saw half a face, didn't get it corroborated though. A flashed penis or arse, which is going to be a difficult one as well. Kilts, I'm sure we've seen kilts, surely. Scottish flag painted on a bare chest.
Go on, Robbo.
And a tartan hat / ginger wig. Now, we've seen a number of hats with the ginger wigs underneath, but we haven't seen the tartan hat ginger wig combo.
I did on a doll, but I don't think that counts.
Yeah. Oh, it's not brilliant.
Okay. Oh dear.
Wow.
More like
got a little. So, yeah, and also in case you're wondering, because obviously we normally rock the biscuits and whatever on the live streams, we got Ross to go out and get a selection of fine Scottish related foodstuffs.
And these are staples in my house anyway, to be honest. Tunnock's caramel wafer biscuits are the one. Also, the tea cakes, but I don't know why, but my wife's family called them windbags, but they're half Scottish, so maybe that's a Scottish thing, who knows?
Yeah.
And who doesn't like a shortbread fingering? I mean.
Yeah. Oh. You pressed the button.
I absolutely pressed the button.
Turn the telly off. It's brilliant.
But it's okay, because it's not Liverpool.
And we've got nairns, fruit and seed oat cakes as well.
Nairns, fruit and seed oat cakes. They sound like they'd be decent with a big whack of cheese on them, to be perfectly honest with you.
They are plant-based, high fibre, whole grain oats. Yeah. It's got 6 pouches of 3
I'd be worried if they were animal oats.
Can you tell I've not had football to look at? The what?
I'd be worried if they were animal oats.
Animal-based oat cakes, yeah. Yeah, they just pulled them straight out of an animal's stomach. Just lightly laced with the animal, with the stomach.
Shit, do you want them?
I mean, yeah, they seem sound. Maybe we'll see how we get on with all them. If anyone's got any preference for what you'd like us to try to taste and rate first, then by all means do.
Is a bottle of Bucky, Buckfast.
Yeah, well, Ross said to us, do you want us to like...
I'm not drinking that on the show.
He was like, do you want it to keep it like clean? And so like no whiskey, no Tennants, no all that kind of stuff. I was like, yeah.
I mean, the Buckfast, it's got like the equivalent, I believe, of something like 10 espressos worth of caffeine in. That's why it hits you so hard, because it's alcoholic and it's got like 10 espressos worth of caffeine in it.
If Scotland make the semis or the final, and it's during the daytime, it's played during a Monday to Friday, then we'll do it. We don't have to worry about that. I think I've pretty much covered our bases there. Ball into the box, bouncing around, strike blocked. Chested down the Czech Republic. Look at the play out. They're in trouble once again. Oh, heavy touch. It was interesting. They played like the Czech Republic have qualified for every Euros going back to Euro 96, which is the first one they were since they were formed as a nation. And it's basically...
That side was good as well, wasn't it?
But it's basically it was just a big long Milan Barros highlights reel. It was great. You forget, like, because obviously he wasn't there for us.
He was top scorer in one of the Euros, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was just he was absolutely unreal. Goal machine for the Czechs. Always had a bit of a soft spot for them going back to 96. Robbo with the corner, in swinger, back post, headed away for now to the edge. Flick on, not cleared. Can Scotland keep them penned in? They're going to try. My God, they're going to try. Left wing. Is that McTominay? I've no idea. I need to get used to these numbers. 17. Stuart Armstrong, get in.
Looks like that's Armstrong to me. I told you there's a McGinn.
There's definitely a John. Is he
a John McGinn?
There's a John McGinn. Yep, absolutely.
The lesser spotted John McGinn.
The lesser spotted.
What's his natural habitat?
Possibly. Well, yeah.
Well, not the Euros. That's not his natural habitat. No. This is the first time that John McGinn's made it.
Did he have a big injury recently as well? So I mean, who knows? Who knows? And also,
is there anyone from the Euros in the games that you've seen so far that's caught your eye? As in, like, maybe, I wouldn't mind him in a Liverpool shirt.
I don't really.
Apart from Gini Wijnaldum.
Gini Wijnaldum, yeah, definitely. Honest answer, the Leeds lad in midfield for England.
Calvin Phillips.
Yeah,
he was good. He was by far and away the man of the match, yesterday.
Yeah, he was good. I was watching it go. This game's got a bit flat here. I really kind of hope he's just a bit crap and Hendo can come on and really put some energy into it, and then he created a goal really well. All right, fair enough, yeah, keep Hendo on the bench, thanks very much. See, loads of this is the problem with all this. My ulterior motives here, like I'm not against Scotland doing well, because I don't mind Scotland at all. I've got some good friends who are Scottish who would be absolutely made up with it all, and same goes for England, of course. But Robbo's played that much footy that really if he just gets an early holiday, like this. I couldn't, like, this is my point about all this. Normally I'm bang up for these. I'm normally like really excited. I kind of just want the new season to start.
Yeah,
I just want to, if I could fast forward a month and pre-season starting, I would probably do that at this point, because I'm just excited for us to get
like 6 weeks before the end of the season. I could not have foreseen myself being in this situation. Like, I was dead worried about next season for Liverpool and all that type of stuff, but you watch the way they turn that corner, and all I'm thinking is, I'm not being funny, we're going to win the league next season. Yeah. Like, that's how good I think Liverpool are going to be again. All the worries over the front three, they've sort of dissipated. I'm thinking they're going to be the best front three that you've ever seen. They're going to be 17-18 front three again. I just think we're going to be brilliant next season. I really do.
Yeah, no, I do. I tend to agree with you on that. And so it's mad. I was talking to one of the other dads on doing a pick-up from school the other day, Liverpool fan, and you said the same. She's like, I think we're going to win the league. I'm dead upbeat, I'm dead positive about anything. Yeah, again, I completely agree. And I'm sure that'll all start to come apart when people's distraction from the Euros wanes, probably at the end of the group stages when the games get spaced out a bit more. And everyone's attention turns back to transfers or the lack of transfer activity, because, you know, everyone's at the Euros. But yeah, we'll say Brazil won last night as well, didn't they? Alisson got a clean sheet in the Copa America. So they were the ones. I had that brief moment where it was like all the Brazilians weren't meant to be playing, and it was like, that's great. And now they just are, and that's crap. at least the African lads are off, you know, until either the Olympics or January, in which case it's all...
That's a bit of a mad one. That's one thing that does worry me a little bit about next season. Chris Nell from the comments, another one for the bingo from the missus, a Nessie cuddly toy.
A Nessie could come. We'll get that on there. Thank you so much, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. Chris Jones saying Calvin Phillips would be a potential starter, but a perfect rotation player for us.
Yeah, again, that's my first time he's really been on my radar. And, you know, we played Leeds twice last season. I couldn't say I paid any attention to him, because the problem with Leeds is they've all got that. He's probably a slightly more extreme version of it, but they've all pretty much got the same crap haircuts. So they all look. They've all got sleeve tattoos and crap haircuts. Yeah. So I find it very difficult to differentiate between a lot of Leeds United players.
I don't know. I took quite an interest in Leeds early on in the season and stuff, and I think they're a good side for a start. The difference for me is they're not supposed to shine. It's supposed to be a team, like, you know what I mean? And there are players like Rafinha who does shine and stuff like that. But I think whenever you watch Leeds, you can see he's a good player, but I've never seen that type of performance out of him, where it's like all action, all over the place. I know he's got an engine, I know he's good with the ball at his feet, but I'm not seeing that dynamism from him.
It was interesting, wasn't it? Because everyone was going on about them playing two midfield, and they obviously started that way, didn't they? But he ended up just pushed on and doing his thing, which is what I was looking at going, I wonder whether that's being built for Jordan Henderson. But I don't know. I don't even know where Jordan's at this point, fitness wise, because obviously Bellingham comes on, doesn't he, in at the back end of that game. So yeah, but yeah, going back to your question, yeah, I don't know. Maybe because I've not really paid a load of attention to it. Obviously, Insigne's Insigne, so he's been bossing. It's not like it's a surprise to see him be good. But I thought I did think he looked good. Looked good for Italy. But past that, anyone else caught your eye?
Only Jordan Pickford with his hair.
Okay.
He's like a changed man.
I'd forgotten.
It's mad how different he plays for Everton and England, by the way. He looks like assured and calm and everything for England, didn't he?
That'll come.
Hilarious. It's just without the baggage of the Everton fans in it, mate.
He's, you know what he is? When he doesn't have stuff to do, he doesn't have stuff to fuck up, he's really good with his feet. Like, his distribution's really good. So he looks like a really good modern progressive goalkeeper. It's just that he's a clown. So, and the thing that winds me up more than anything, David James used to do this as well, it's when he does something stupid and he laughs. And it's like, and there's part of you that's like, is that an elite mentality, or is it just that he's a moron? And he laughs because I don't know why. I find it incredibly grating when I see him doing that. And it doesn't normally grate on me because it obviously means he's fucking things up for Everton. But it's like fractionally great Tommy Moore for England than it does for Everton, obviously. Deep core, free kick from the far side, back post, well marshalled, and it's a goal kick to Scotland with 12 minutes in. It's been an absolute thrill ride so far. It's not really been. Linda Stanley is saying Bielsa's coached Phillips brilliantly. Klopp would take him on to the next level easily, in my opinion. That's the thing. It's so hard to judge who is good enough to play for Liverpool at this point, because you made the point on the director of football stuff about Declan Rice. I think Declan Rice is really good, but I've got no idea whether he's good enough, because at the point now, I think you can be good enough to being good enough to be for Liverpool's squad is one thing, but are you good enough to come in and take someone's position? There's a very, very narrow sliver of players at the top end, isn't there? And then you've got a bunch of lads who need to be scouted to the nth degree, which of course we no longer have the capacity to do, or ever did have the capacity to do. It is such a mad thing. I wonder how Liverpool fans would feel if we went out and bought someone like Calvin Phillips as a nominally the Genie Wijnaldum replacement.
They'd hate it. They'd hate it, really, and that's basing it off his lead season. Like, if he goes and has a good tournament, they might like it more. But I think the general sort of rule of thumb, as it were, is you don't buy players from Leeds United when they finish like, well, I don't know, 8th, 9th, 10th, something like that in the league, because they're not good enough.
If they get relegated, though, it's fine.
Yeah, but they hated that. Yeah. Everyone hated us buying Andy Robbo from relegated Hull. That's why people still say it now, you know what I mean? And Genie Wijnaldum and stuff like that. But that's what Liverpool have done. That's the problem. It's always a risk, whether you're buying a Thiago or you're buying an Andy Robertson.
Speaking of which, there he is.
It is always going to be a risk as to whether they fit into Liverpool's squad. And I mean, the biggest one recently that I thought was an absolute no-brainer and was going to work was Naby Keita. Yeah. Can you honestly say it's worked?
It's mad, isn't it? Because this is why it's so difficult, because no one doubts Naby Keita's football ability, but he can't get on the field ever.
Who was the one we were going to buy instead of Salah? Brandt.
Yeah.
I mean, what's happened to him? Nothing really. He's not really gone and done anything, has he, over the last few years, as far as I know. Anyway,
he's been fine, hasn't he?
Wrong, I mean, one's gone to be one of the best players in world football,
absolutely.
And one hasn't.
Yeah.
And he was the one that Liverpool wanted above Mo.
That's true, isn't it?
So, I mean, it's all about your opportunities. It's got a lot to do with luck, how you gel with the team, how you gel with the manager, who you are as a person. Well, there's so many intangibles that it's more than can you kick the football well.
Well, actually, think about one of the other stark contrasts just like that, Mario Götze. Yeah. We wanted Mario. Oh, good save.
By Robertson in goal.
By Robertson's goalkeeper. Well struck there by, I think that's Will N.E. They've got playing up front for them there.
Is that Patrick?
Old Paddy boy. Let's give.
Brad moved to Dortmund and hasn't had a look in because of Royce, says Jamie Mellon. There you go.
Well, he's just been in and around that. They've got a clutch of those quite good attacking lads, haven't they? Like, they've got Torgan Hazard and stuff, or they did certainly last season.
Linda Stanley says Lukaku. Anyone know? There's a player who I really
she
like.
She did say it with the upside down face.
I think he's a great footballer. I just don't think he'd fit in at Liverpool in any way. I think we saw that at United, that he needs to be an on-the-shoulder striker for me, and it might have changed because to doing well in Italy, you've got to be more than that. You've got to be more than that because of the way that the teams drop off and everything. So maybe that changed. I haven't watched Inter enough to tell you if he has changed. But from what I saw at Man United and Everton and Chelsea, he's an on-the-shoulder.
The Man United thing's mad because Man United fans are like, oh, he's crap. It's like, well, he scored 20. I think he scored like there about 15 to 20 goals for West Brom. Then he did 2 or 3 seasons at Everton doing the same. And this is all under the age of 22, I think. 22, 23. And then he goes to United and it doesn't fit because Mourinho wants him to be Didier Drogba. And he's not. He's a better goal scorer than Didier Drogba, by the way. And then obviously goes on to Inter and he rekindles his form. And everyone's like, look, they were talking about it on one of the shows. I think it was in the build-up to England, talking about Harry Kane being one of the best centre-forwards in the world. And Lineker's going, Kane, Lewandowski, Lukaku. Because, because he bangs. Benzema was the other one he mentioned.
He's a fucking beast, Lukaku. He's an absolutely brilliant player.
He's that good, really, and he always was. But again, United just got sold on him being something else, and he didn't fit him. So you fall for. This is not like Benteke not working at us when. Let's be honest, he had that Achilles injury and never got his pace back. So he wasn't the player at Villa that he was at us. So he was that was him done. He's never come close to being as good. Lukaku was just used wrong and coached wrong, and now he's being coached right and he's turning up. Yeah, I wouldn't have him, but I do think he's really good. Going back to the point on the players thing. So yeah, the Mario Götze. It was Mario. Who did we get instead of Mario Götze? Sadio Mane.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ooh!
And and people put on paper, everyone was like, you gotta have Goethe because Goethe was a name. Goethe's a World Cup winner. Goethe's got all this stuff going for him.
Played for Southampton.
Yeah, absolutely. And there'll be others. Again, Brendan Rodgers wanted Benteke, Michael Edwards wanted Firmino, and that summer we ended up with both because both dug the reels in. If it had been a normal summer, Michael Edwards just would have had his way and we never would have bought Benteke. And you'd have had that. Yeah, I find the whole thing fascinating, but it is very difficult because there's just. Like Harvey Elliott's a big one. I was watching Foden yesterday, and I can see why Liverpool would want to start trying to work Harvey Elliott into the Liverpool squad. Because when you see the development of Curtis Jones and you see the development of Phil Foden and you look at what Harvey Elliott's got, you might have another lad who's just, by the time the World Cup rolls around or by the time the next Euros rolls around, people are going, oh my God, Harvey Elliott's going to this tournament, how good, if we use him in the right way. But how the fuck are you meant to know whether someone's actually good enough or not?
Well, I don't know. The advantage that I think City had with Foden is Guardiola took his time with Foden, didn't he? Big time. In the same way that I think, going back years and years, Sir Alex Ferguson took his time with Ryan Giggs. But he had the players and he had the squad and he was winning things anyway, that it didn't really matter. That's the difference. The way that we've got our squad and the way Jurgen likes to work it with a small squad and stuff like that of maybe 15, 16 guys that are going to get on the pitch almost every week, you just don't have a space for someone like that to come in and get 5 games, 10 games, and also the expectation that we as fans put on those players as well. Like if they don't score in 5 sub appearances, the shit all of a sudden. That's Harvey Elliott, I think, will break into the side because Harvey Elliott will break into the side, if you know what I mean. And then it's about, is Jurgen going to take him out of that side when he's playing well? And do we have the squad players to be able to keep nurturing him over the course of 3 years? I think Foden's been nurtured for, and now you're seeing the benefits of it.
Yeah, it's fascinating. I'll tell you what, it's not going to happen this summer, but I'm thoroughly enjoying Jordan Henderson's slow tapping up of Jude Bellingham. Like
little photos with hugs and
on
his Instagram
story, giving him a shirt and making sure he's there around and putting his arm around him, making bezies with him. Good on you.
Giving him his number for Telegram so that there's definitely no way that anyone can find out what messages were sent. Maybe a little 24-hour delete and all that type of stuff. Telegram. It's like a WhatsApp, but completely secure, and the messages can be deleted and stuff. You can set them to delete and shit.
Okay. Who's penis? Who's been receiving your penis?
No penis. No penis on this boy page, Jack.
What? You haven't got a penis?
No.
Okay, so I was expecting that to go that way. Okay, cool. Telegram, let us know. Oh, but they're into the box and tackled each other. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, it was a replay. We obviously not paying attention to that.
It was a great shoulder
He's just shouldered him off. O'Donnell shut the door. Shut the door on his own teammate there. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. This has been it's been a low quality game of football so far. Nice. Oh, that's very cool. Very cool. Calm and collected at the back for Scotland there. And it was Grant Hanley who did the little step over. Here comes Andy Robertson, who we definitely know and recognise because he plays for Liverpool. Plays a little give and go in midfield.
Captain's performance from Robbo so far?
Yeah, why not? I've not seen much of Scott McTominay in this, actually. I must admit, I was quietly impressed by... did I watch the Europa League final? I genuinely can't remember. My brain is absolutely addled.
He's a good player.
I think he's a decent player. I think he falls into that category, the same category that a younger Jordan Henderson fell into. And you had James McCarthy at the time. You had these lads who are 6'1", 6'2", not dead strong, but like not weak. Good endeavour, not super skillful, but good on the ball. Just very
give the ball away there.
Yeah. Very sound, all-round midfielders. And unless they play for your team, you don't really see you don't really see what they are or what they do. You don't really.
I mean, Carrick won about fucking 5 or 6 Premier Leagues before I realised he was good. You know what I mean? Like, that's kind of it, isn't it? You know what I mean? And Scott McTominay, I mean, yeah. He annoys me, to be honest.
Tom Cleverley was another one of them as well. Like, I mean, he was never quite got there, but
Fletcher, was it
Darren Fletcher? Yeah. Just, and Jordan Henderson's obviously a street ahead of all of these guys, by the way, and has proved it over the years. But when you think about Jordan Henderson, age sort of 24, 25, he was just, he was on FIFA. He would be rated at like between 78 and 82 on FIFA, absolutely fine, but never like. Not
a cover star for FIFA now. Is that what you're trying to say, Paul?
Probably both. I've just written something about that this week, actually. I think he's decent, but he's done fuck all on this match so far. Absolutely fuck all. I've got no idea how good. Someone said, I was asked the question before, do I think Scotland will win this? I don't know how good the Czech Republic are. I'm looking at there. Obviously, I've heard of Thomas Souček. I've heard of
Koufal and
Schick, as we make Koufal. Who's Koufal play for?
I don't know, but we've played against them, I think, recently. Let me see.
Go on.
Player details. West Ham.
Cool. Couldn't have told you that. Could not have told you that. Yeah, no idea. Was anyone on the bench actually recognise? Slightly more. I reckon. Okay. We're getting into Scottish, but I know a few of the Scottish players. Not loads. I know Craig Gordon, obviously, because he's 7,000 years old.
Ryan Fraser, Billy Gilmore, Conor McGregor, Che Adams.
Yeah, perfect. As far as the Czechs go, Matej Vydra from Burnley.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Well, that is it. Yeah, brilliant.
Wish we'd not bothered with that little segue.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's good to know, isn't it, for that if and when that one player.
What group are they in? Come on, it's our group.
What?
It's England's group and none of us have a clue. No idea.
What group is this? Anyone know? Anyone else having to look it up? It's Group D. Yeah, no idea. Genuinely no idea. It's interesting though, because England-Scotland is going to be a completely different kettle of fish. You know, because it's just there's going to be. It's at Wembley. There's going to be fans in, so there'll be a real atmosphere and a real noise around it, and. There's just Scotland will be in that situation where they can make themselves legends just by booting a few players up in the air, which is not doing them a bit of a disservice, of course, but the Czechs don't really look up to much here.
Well, someone just said in the comment there that Scotland have beat, Rob Santi, Scotland have beat the Czech Republic twice in the last 18 months. So that gives you an idea of where Scotland are. I believe I was talking to somebody who actually watched the Scotland friendly last week, and they said they were really good and stuff like that. Like they look like a half decent side and stuff. So, but you're right, that England-Scotland game, that'll be a good one to watch because of the emotions that are on the line, won't they?
Robbo, I mean, just nursing his foot there.
I remember.
Stamp.
I mean, 15 years ago, that's a metatarsal injury.
Yeah, God, don't say that. A little look of anguish on the face of the captain there.
But I think, TV. You know, we were 14 in 96 in that tournament. I remember loving that tournament, Euro 96, and that goal by Gaza against him and everything else. This is part 2, like as far as that goes, isn't it? You know what I mean? Is that the last time England have played Scotland?
No, they'll have played them in all kinds of bits and
pieces. Really? But not in a tournament because they haven't been in one. So this for them is like, that's the last time that we played, just when it fucking mattered. Yeah. And
do you reckon it's going to be like when Liverpool played Flamengo?
Flamengo, and they've been singing about it since '81. And we didn't know there was a rivalry there. It's a bit like Spurs, actually. And when you get social media, you realise that they hate you for what?
I've talked about this before, but I remember being asked to do a video for Ball Street years ago about the Liverpool-Tottenham rivalry, and they sat me down and they lit it all beautifully, and they went, so can you describe the rivalry between Liverpool and Tottenham?
Did you just laugh?
And I went, absolutely, yeah, no problem. I think it's very fair to say that of the 19 other teams that Liverpool play season to season in the Premier League, Tottenham Hotspur are one of them. And he went, all right, so never mind. Then I was like, yeah, don't waste your time making a fucking video about the rivalry between Liverpool and Spurs. When I asked to list the biggest, the top clubs, the big 4, 6, 8, whatever, I, without fail, forget that Tottenham exist every single time. It's mad. Absolutely mad. I love that. I do love it. I love those casual rivalries. It's like, we've talked about this before, where you create like rivalries on motorway journeys.
Oh yeah, I do that all the time.
You create enemies on the road.
All the time, like, you know what I mean?
And there's just someone who's obliviously going about the day who you've made your absolute nemesis because like they keep overtaking you or you keep overtaking them.
There's a fella who walks his dog round ours that we call Dogman for pretty much the same fucking reason. Like, I see him all the time and I'm like, fucking Dogman. And now Cat and the kids are like, Dogman. And I'm like, yeah, I know. He's annoying, isn't he? He's just out walking his dog. He has no idea that my entire family call him Dogman. Like, I saw him out my window the other day and Cat went, Dogman's out there. And I went straight to my window. I'm like, it is as well, Dogman. I don't know.
You like the dog with the postman.
And I wonder if he goes, oh, there's that fucking blonde lad. Every time he sees me drive past him and stuff. Like,
probably not. Nathan Comiskey says more rival with Palace than Spurs. Yeah, absolutely. I can think of like the FA Cup semi-finals, and that kind of stuff with Crystal Palace. Think of Istanbul and all that. I definitely have more antipathy towards Crystal Palace and more emotion around them than I do to Tottenham. Yeah, it's funny that.
Well, I was talking to a Tottenham fan, Charlie, a mate of mine this morning, and I was like. He was asking me about whether I'm supporting England. I said, look, I'll watch the games. I'm not really supporting them. I don't feel anything really when they score or when they concede. But I was like, well, what about you? Tottenham fan from London, all that type of stuff. He's like, nah. I went, why? He's like, because they're just like Tottenham and they never win anything and they get your hopes up and I can't have that for club and country.
No. And I think there was a little bit of that. I'm just trying to remember what it... Oh, hang on. Chance here for Czech Republic. It's Andy Robbo with the clearance.
Captain's clearance, that.
Yeah, big captain's clearance. Love a bit of alliteration. That'll liven things up. At the point at which I stopped caring, I don't know whether it was like a... Oh, good hands by McGregor. The second attempt. Good job, Robbo's goalkeeper. At what point I stopped caring. And because I've noticed that there's for a lot of people associated with Liverpool, not caring actually has turned towards antipathy. It's turned towards a bit of anger, and a bit of actual genuine hatred. And I think a lot of that isn't helped because we dislike because of the political side of things. We dislike the Conservative government, and there's not a great love for the monarchy. So like singers, I find the national anthem really embarrassing. And I've said this before, I've got no problem with national anthems. It really upsets me when I see good national anthems. And I'm like, if we just did Jerusalem, and even that's got its own things, but at least it's got a bit of...
Did the rugby side do Jerusalem?
Maybe. I definitely...
Because that's the mad thing. I feel much more patriotic watching the Olympics. And obviously that's Great Britain as well, which makes maybe some difference. But like when England won the World Cup in 2003 is the rugby side, and I know you're a cricket fan and you like the England cricket team because of that type of stuff. But the football's never lit me like in the same way. I loved the rugby in 2003. I got well more into that, which is mad because they are, generally speaking, particularly Union is much more a Tory sport than England football team is like. But for me, like. I think a lot of it comes down to the players that are playing. Like for example, the England game yesterday, there was no Man United players. So there was no real players that I ate. And the Man United players aren't cocks, like Rashford.
Really like Rashford.
I mean, who couldn't?
Yeah.
Like, so... And, so there's no David Beckham.
Hang on a second, we've got a chance here for Scotland. Andy Robertson! Oh! He's put it over the bar, of course he has.
He got it on target, though. Did he? Saved it, keeper.
Oh, wow, okay, fair enough. I thought he just done what...
No, the keeper saved that, doesn't he?
Great run from Andy Robertson.
I mean, it's going over the bar,
the keeper saves by a mile, and the keeper does get a fingertip to it. Oh, no, it might have dipped in. Solid save from the goalkeeper. If Andy Robertson could learn how to shoot, he would be unbelievable.
He's playing with the wrong players for that, isn't he?
Yeah, corner, outswinging from Robbo, low to the edge. It's deflected, blocked. A real patch of excitement. The first of the game here, Scotland. All hands to the pumps, trying to get back. Good battling, good defending, and Hanley has managed to fight it off there. John McGinn is calling. Was there a handball in the box? I don't think they're going to give that. We'll have another little look at this one. It's Andy, I think it's the Robo-champs first and foremost. Blams it. Maybe it would have rattled the bar.
Here's an interesting one going back to the England conversation, because they all sing like Three Lions all the time and that, like, don't they? And DT brought this up with us this morning. He was like, and it says like singing like 30 years of hate. It's like nearly 60. It's 55 years.
It's true. But it's like, yeah, you realise how quickly... They're
going to keep thinking 30 so they don't realise it's got any bigger or
longer
or
that's a lot of hate. It's well more than that. It's a lot more hate than you think it is, yeah. But it's like someone pointed out the other day that, like, in Back to the Future, Martin McFly travels from 1985, you know, but the 90s, that's not the past. That's just part of my life. No, it is. That's genuinely hilarious. I said the England thing. I don't know when I gave it up. I was talking to Ben about it before. Like World Cup '98, loved it. Oh, headed away. Scotland Scotland is starting to really turn the screw here.
Scotty Tuati on the board.
Scotty Tuati, you're going to do the worm. Whips it in, headed away again. World Cup '98 was all over it. Euro 2000, yeah, like the first time I was probably in the pub watching England games for that.
Do you know
World Cup 2002, I was working a lot of that, but I was up at...
I remember watching that a lot in the pub that you were working in, actually. I think it was when I kind of... excuse the terminology here, but became woke politically. Like, you know what I mean? Like, started to understand all that type of stuff more, because otherwise, until that point, it was just football.
Yeah.
And there was no politics, and there was no what happened to our city. That stuff didn't cross my mind until the mid-20s, really.
Yeah.
And when I was probably mid-20s, that's when the other side of it started to wane, I suppose.
I don't know, yeah, it depends on where you're from. I think it's less, when you're a
Look
kid...
at him on the right!
Oh. I think having players involved, I think I'd care more about England if there were more Liverpool players in the team. You know, I think that would help. Because I think back to it, I cared. It's interesting. You listen to like Rio and Frank Lampard and stuff, and that talk about it. And they say like there were a lot of divides in that golden generation because Chelsea, Arsenal, Man United, Liverpool. There were big divides, and that was when I started to struggle with it. But again, it's just now, I don't, I mean, less characters, so there's no one particularly detestable, there's no one particularly lovable in it all. I can see where, if I was young, I can see people getting behind the Foden thing. Like I've seen Thogden, is that how you say his name? Like I've seen him doing, getting a Foden shirt. And if I was a kid, I can understand why I'd be bought into that.
Can I ask you a question then? Because this question was asked of me before. Is there anyone that you like that you'd be mates with in that England side?
What do you mean?
Like, not like, do you like, as in, you can tell it was a side question, can't you? Not as in, do you like them as a footballer? Is there anyone that you'd be mates with? And then the conversation was going on upstairs, and I was like, not really, you know, other than Hendo. I said, there's lads that I really like watching football. Foden's at the top of that list. Grealish is a close second, potentially. But kind of to your point of there not really being any big personalities there. And it's like, there's no one there that makes me think, oh yeah, I'd like to support him. But I never really get like that with anyone other than Liverpool players anyway.
But also, there's definitely an age thing in that. Like, I was watching the Italy game, and they were like, and Chiellini, the old war horse.
Fuck him, he's been 36 forever.
Because he's like 3 years younger than us. And I'm like...
They stopped counting his age. He should stop celebrating his birthday, because I'm not having that he's still 36. He's been 36 forever.
But, No, but again, it kind of goes counter to my point.
And that Nesta who was playing alongside, don't get me started on him.
Yeah, absolutely. Baresi there. Baresi at the back. Cheer up Ferrara.
There was a player.
But that's the thing about it, is that there's nothing detestable about them. Like Harry Kane, I can see how people think he's a bit of a knob, but I don't... he's not, because he's not enough of he's got no personality, so you can't have any feelings towards him. When I was younger, Like, it used to enrage me that Sheringham and Shearer were just given carte blanche to play when, I remember going into France 98, in the build-up to those games, Fowler, Heskey and Owen all scored in the 3 warm-up games, and there was never a chance that it was going to be anything other than Shearer +1. And that used to do my head in about England for years. Gerrard getting played left mid because he could was just insane. And maybe that's a bit of it. I think there was a lot of like us Liverpool it having a negative impact on the thing that I actually cared about. So Gerrard being wasted and all these people laying claim to Steven Gerrard and slagging him off, and like Jamie Carragher stepping up and taking a penalty, and it was in the World Cup and he scored and then he retook it and then he missed, and like having to defend the players that I love to a bunch of people who I just think like, why should I have to defend these people, to use the ownership of people who, over my players. Hilarious that I'm calling them my players, but you know, that point that started to wear thin. The amount of Liverpool players who went away to England and got injured, like I don't care. I've got no, because it doesn't stretch, but all these things don't stretch to foreign players going on international duty in the same way. I don't have that. That doesn't mind me, but I just think there's like been a cumulative set of circumstances. Some of the political stuff, but I couldn't say that because of the Queen stuff. I you know, or the government, that I don't like the English national team as much, because, as you say, that doesn't apply to me supporting Olympic teams or rugby teams
or other fans saying and singing about us week in, week out, over and over and over, about the chants that we've heard, which I won't even say, down the years, and then I was expected to just shut up about it and join forces with them. No, fuck off, you're all knobs.
I said I've been to 2 England games, and I've never been more embarrassed to be with a set of fans. And this is not to say all England fans are like this, because they're just not. But the England culture is like, you know, it's like going to an Oasis gig. Love Oasis, or loved. But the people who are like who have a similar mindset to me, who like Oasis, I'd have loads in common with, but it attracts lads culture and louty lads on tour, stag do culture, and all of the things I hate most about being a man. That toxic masculinity shite, which then links itself, not all of these people, but then has ties to xenophobia and racism and fucking the flag shagging Churchill's boss, 2 World Wars, 1 World Cup nonsense, which I find really at worst distasteful, and you know, at best distasteful, and at worst just utterly horrendous. So yeah, I wish I could disassociate it, all of that stuff, from it, because it's nice to have someone to follow in the summer. Nice to have a team to get behind and to feel that emotion. I'd love to feel that emotion again.
But you just can't fake emotion. Oh. Like, you know what I mean? You remember when we were probably mid-noughties, I think I probably was still watching the tournaments while you'd probably waned on them. And I used to get sucked into the tournaments. Never watch any of this stuff in between, like, but I'd always get sucked into them. You can't fake it.
I lost it in 2004, you lost it in 2006. I watched every game, but I stopped caring. 2004, we got knocked out by Portugal. I remember being in a pub, the walkabout in Sheffield, and I was meant to be heartbroken, and there was lots of people sitting around in tears and crying and being dead upset and gathering themselves. And I thought, yeah, mate, I feel like this is what I should be doing. And I sat there for like 5 minutes with my head in my hands, waiting to feel something emotional, and it wasn't there. And I just got up and got on with my day, and that was it. I've never felt that. Because as well, it was funny watching Foden pick up a yellow card. Sorry, Czech Republic are having a little spell on the edge of the 18-yard box here. Phil Foden picked up the yellow card, and I just turned to my dad. Oh, header! Oh, it's in, and the Czech Republic have taken the lead. Big header there. And the Scots find themselves a goal down. Patrick Schick, the big fella up front, has headed the Czech Republic into the lead. The Foden stuff, I said to my dad, he's going to be the one, isn't he? He's going to be the one who does something stupid in a game and gets sent off and costs England their chances. Because it's got to be someone. Someone has to do it every tournament. I get so bored of the same stories repeating tournament after tournament, and it's either a really good player gets injured, a really good player gets sent off in stupid circumstances, and more often than not, some sort of penalty heartbreak, and either all of the above or a combination thereof. And it's so tiring to watch that over every couple of years play out in front of you. So yeah, after 2004, I was like, oh, fine, I quite enjoy football. I got as much enjoyment watching a tournament than I did actually getting fired up for the England side of things.
That's super chat there from Tadeusz Lawrence. How many likes do we need for Robbo to make it through this match without an injury?
Oh gosh, I don't know how many. What do we reckon?
7,000.
God, yeah, fuck it. Let's get to 500 likes. That's going to be a big ask, but we'll get to 500 likes and see if we can do that. Turning down the right-hand side, O'Donnell cuts it back. It's brought down in the area. It's flicked all the way over. It's a terrible leap. It's broken down, and Scotland can build a game from inside.
Robbo's gone. Oh, it's not good.
Yeah, Robbo made the run, but the ball was poor. Yeah, bang a like on it. That would be lovely. Library Gary, what a goal from Willenay. Yeah, absolutely towering header from the Geordie.
Well, I feel a little hard done to there. They've had a good first half, Scotland. There was a good 3.5 minute period there where
they had a
shot
scored and then had another shot.
Yeah, it was great.
I think
good
he might have stretched the 3.5 minutes out a bit.
Yeah. Well, it was out of play for 2. There was a corner.
You counted the replays after the fact before replays of Robbo's shot. He was still replaying it 3.5 minutes later, so yeah, definitely. This is not been a particularly good game of football. I kind of wish we'd just done come in and done the Dutch Ukraine game last night. That was an absolute belter. If anyone's got any more suggestions for our Scottish Euro bingo,
they're not really showing the crowd, I've noticed, which is annoying.
I know maybe they're just not as hyped up. Maybe go back and reuse
half
some of
time.
the
I think we might have to keep our eyes peeled.
Yeah.
That's a big throw in.
Yeah, Czech's looking to bring it down, looking to play out from the back, little floated ball down the left hand side. Kept in for now. Now throwing to Scotland. We've got about 40 seconds left of the normal time in the first half.
James Mellon's asking, are we doing the Spain game? That's the 7:30 tonight, isn't it? Nope.
No. I'll be sat at home on the couch, maybe watching that, maybe watching another episode of Series 3 of Lost.
Series 3?
Series 3.
Nice.
When it starts to get good again. Series 2 is a
Is 2 the smoke monster?
Maybe. Yeah.
Did you just skip it this time?
No, I watched it through. I wish I hadn't. It's the one that, if you had to remember things from Lost, I think you've watched it fairly recently, haven't you? Or more recently than it being on. It's the things that you remember about Lost is like certain characters, so like Mr. Echo, and you remember the hatch, and you remember the smoke monster, and you remember maybe Penny's boat as an expression. Like at the hatch, I remember being more significant. It's like in it for once. It's a one and done. It's in it for the second series.
I would have said that was in it for at least 3 series.
No, exactly. Yeah. Oh, chance! No, is it going to drop? No, it's not.
It's Robbo on the edge.
Suati penalty! Is it a penalty? The answer's obviously no.
Robbo's there, back stick.
Demonstrate anyway.
If you want to score, pass it to him.
Shot deflected. Cooked away with venom there. That's another exciting 3.5 minutes from Scotland there, Nick.
What? Oh, it was a brilliant 4 minutes of real excitement.
Non-stop hard.
Ig Solo saying, I've watched all the European matches so far and this one is by far the worst.
Yeah.
The annoying thing is that I was really looking forward to.
Yeah. And look at this though. Oh, he gets a touch, doesn't he? That guy there. Knocks it past him.
And then runs into him. No, he doesn't have to move out the way for people.
Yeah. Scottish fans can get up in arms about that. It's something to get emotional about. Andrew Robertson gets the ball away, cleared away. It's going all the way back to McGregor. Can't be long left of this half. Been a very much
shit first half.
This has been a very, 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 very
it's
shit.
Over, thank fuck for that.
Woo!
Right. Phew, I've been looking forward to half time.
I know, yeah. Have you got any thoughts, any general questions, anything you want to talk to us about? Let us know in the comments. We'll go through some stuff. Yeah, Jamie's already asked about the Spain game. Zachary Egan saying Thiago going to boss Sweden later. That's fine. If he can just actually not play instead, that'll be even better. Nathan Comiskey, any plans of other watch-alongs? So, look, honestly, if the games are going to be this bad, fucking no. Because I quite enjoyed the fact that I can just normally go on my phone or do some other way. I mean, I can sit here and work on something else and not talk. And we can just do it like that. But yeah, maybe another one. I'm not sure. I'm open for suggestions. In fact, you guys are watching, which means you guys are absolutely hardcore. Let us know in the comments now what games you want us, and I want you to choose from
all the 2 o'clocks.
All of the 2 o'clock
Friday.
kickoffs. Yeah, 2 o'clock kickoffs. We might do 1 or 2 more, depending how they go and depending how good or exciting the game sounds. But yeah, we'll do
Hungary, Portugal. Oh no, it's 5 o'clock tomorrow.
No, thanks.
No 2 o'clock games the next day. Nope, none on the 17th. Let's say on the 18th. Nope. And the 19th, that's a weekend. No, we'll go straight to the 21st. Belgium, Denmark.
What's the 18th? What day's the 18th?
Oh, hang on a minute. I've only been looking at the top group. Right. There is a one.
Finland, Russia is 2 o'clock.
When?
Tomorrow. What's the date?
It's
the 15th. The 14th today.
I'm not getting any for that. I'm just getting Hungary, Portugal, France, Germany, Paraguay, Bolivia.
What do you want?
Oh, it's a pinned league. Right, hang on a minute.
Just go on the Euro 22. This is fantastic, by the way. Actually, can I get this up on the fucking screen?
Yeah, get it up
please?
on the screen for me.
Right. Okay, sad. Okay, I can get this up for you guys. So today, obviously, Scotland, Czech Republic. Tomorrow is nothing. Tomorrow is just Hungary, Portugal at 5, France, Germany at 8. Then on Wednesday, we've got Finland, Russia at 2 o'clock, which sounds terrible, but it's probably going to be an amazing game.
I bet you I know more players for Finland and Russia than Scotland and the Czech Republic.
Go on.
Oh, God, no, don't. No, I meant, no, don't test me on it.
All right.
Christ almighty. When I'm looking at the players...
I'm going to make a statement to fucking hell. You're going to roll in government here, Chris. Okay.
North Macedonia in the Euros. Wow.
Yeah, Thursday, Ukraine versus North Macedonia.
Fair play
that
to
could
them.
be a goal fest. Friday, Sweden, Slovakia. We're not going to be arsed with the weekend. I mean, England, Scotland is Friday at 8 o'clock. No. I'm sure, I have no doubt that Goldbridge or Robbie will be doing, but in fact, definitely both will be doing something for that, because I genuinely don't know how they're still married, those men.
There's more chance of us doing the Brazil-Peru game at 1 in the morning on Saturday or Friday night, whichever day it's supposed to be on, than doing the England-Scotland game at 8 on a Friday.
That's 100% true. I could hear Tom slump to his desk through the wall over that one. And then that's okay, so that's it. That's all it is for 2 o'clock games. So we'll pick what I'm happy to do. I'm happy to do another one later in the week for shits and giggles, but we're going to need more to do. I mean, the action in the game would make a significant difference to what we're doing here. I'm not against Ukraine, Macedonia, because it could be Ukraine absolutely massacring Macedonia there. Finland, Russia. It's a struggle, isn't it? Sweden, Slovakia on a Friday. Could be in the pub.
I've got a challenge for you.
Go on.
You learn all the Russian players' names and everything about them. I'll learn all the Finland players' names and everything about them, and we'll come prepped for a proper commentary.
Okay. Yeah, can do that.
I mean, we're not going to do that because we don't have the time.
No.
Let's just do it and pretend that we do. So we'll just make names up for the players instead.
What do we know? What could we do? Because we've really scraped the battle here with shortbread and sort of caramel wafers and iron brew for the Scots.
I think that I'm guessing there's some kind of a fish.
I don't think DH Gate is getting me any replica shirts before then.
I don't know much about Finland.
No, but you claim to know more about their team than you do about Scotland.
Russia, I said. So I reckon there's names in the Russian squad that I'll recognise.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay. Jesus.
Oh, no, hang on a second.
What day are they playing?
They played the other day, didn't they? They got battered by Belgium. Right, let's go through. Let's see how many of the. Can you name some current Russian footballers?
No.
Okay. You will know one of that starting 11.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
You will know Yuri Zirkov.
No.
Seriously?
I don't know, Paul.
He used to play for Chelsea. He's a left
If you
back.
say so.
He's 37 years old now. That's why I think you're more likely to know him. I don't think you'll know any of those. Any of those players at all.
Let's have a look.
I'd love to, Tom, but I don't think he'll allow me because he's much stronger. Yes, right. We're gonna have a very short break. We're gonna make a cup of tea and come back and have some shortbread.
No, I know literally none of those players in that squad.
Golovin I'd heard of. Zubia up front. Zirkov got subbed off.
Cheshev. Is it Denis Cheshev? Whatever his name is.
Cheryshev.
Whatever. He plays in Spain, doesn't he, somewhere?
Brilliant. Yep, well done.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm gutted that Akinfeev seems to have retired. Who was the
goalkeeper?
Yeah, always a mainstay. Right, listen, thanks so much. We're going to be back for the second half because we've decided to do this because we're fucking stupid. Hopefully Scotland or Czech do something better in the second half than they've done. I mean, Czech Republic have really scored for the sins. Scotland need to be better.
We got to see a Robbo shot.
We did, so that was the best moment of the game. Right, we have got a phenomenal documentary series about Jordan Henderson, 10 years of Red. You will have watched, I presume, by now, episode 1. It's completely free for you guys to check out here on YouTube. Episode 2 and 3 are exclusively streaming on the redmentv.com. If you want to know what's coming, we've had so much great feedback on episode 1. Things are only getting better and better as we gear into his Liverpool days. So you have a little look at the trailer and we'll be back in a few minutes' time. Ta-ra.
Settled in really quick. You could tell he was a real humble kid.
It was sad, but at the same time, if that's what they wanted to do, then fine.
Jordan Henderson would go to Fulham and Clint Dempsey would come to Liverpool.
Do I think that would have been the right decision? The answer would have been no.
Leaving Liverpool to go to Fulham, you wouldn't go, would you?
It never happened, so that's good.
That was the season when he truly arrived as a Liverpool player.
You just had Hendo that would provide the energy for the team.
We missed him immensely in them final few games, for sure.
You've got some bad news. It's what I thought you had. You've got cancer. Well, I can't remember much after that. Win the league and get every man of the match every week. That's what you need to do.
I think it was the ideal choice.
I couldn't see how they could do anything other than give him the captaincy once he played the way he played.
What a feeling that must have been for Jordan.
I don't see that Jordan changed, because he had the armband.
That whole run-up all the way to Kiev was so good because I think it was unexpected.
I could be a Champions League winner, yeah.
It was a tough night for all of us, for him as well.
It's at times like that when Jordan Henderson really comes to the fore.
We wouldn't be the team that we are today without that game.
I think then it felt like the next time it was going to be ours.
Chelsea-Man City game, you guys go to Formby Hall. What are your sort of memories of that being arranged and that night itself, if you can actually remember anything from the night?
Yeah. Yeah, I have quite. On that night, I have good memories. So we won our game, obviously, and every next day is could be a decisive day. And so I really wanted it. It's so strange, and you don't know. Nobody plans a trophy celebration without anybody around. You don't know it. We are a bit superstitious, so you don't say 4 weeks beforehand and we will do this and that and that. It's always kind of spontaneous, which is completely fine. So I decided that day, okay, tomorrow we go to Formby Hall, we book all the rooms again, which we had anyway most of the time because when we played the games we had to go there as well. Let's watch the first game. I forgot what was the first game, but it was the other game before that night, and then watch the Chelsea-Man City game. And honestly, it's not my favorite way to become champion, but it was a good one. It was completely fine, to be honest. Much better than I would have expected. And it was absolutely great. So sitting there, and it was clear now, with the win the day before, it was clear we will be champion. So even I knew then it will happen, but we wanted it to happen now, in this moment. And it was great. So it was really nail-biting and stuff like this, and the goal and penalty, no goal, and a penalty, red card, and all these kind of things was involved. Absolutely outstanding night. And we made the best of it, to be honest. We made absolutely the best of it. It's a night I will never forget in my life, which I'm 53. I had a few nights, so it means, and I forgot most of them, so that means something.
Hey everyone, YouTube memberships on the Redmen TV are available right now. We have 3 tiers available for you guys. We've got First Teamer, we've got Wonder Kid, and we've got Cult Hero. Each and every one of those tiers gains you access to the custom unique emojis to use in all of our live streams, and each tier comes with a discount to the Redmen TV merch store as well. Once you get to Wonder Kid and Cult Hero level though, you get a bonus piece of content every single week. It is the Monday final word show, 60 minutes looking back on the action from Liverpool's weekend. Good or bad, when we're on top, we're here laughing, smiling, and when we're not great, we're here supporting you guys, giving you a big old digital cuddle to get you through trying and testing time. So yes, if you want to become a member here on YouTube, do it right now. Sign up and get those extra bonuses and perks.
Hello and welcome back. It is, tries to remember, Scotland 0, Czech Republic 1 during the scintillating game of football from Euro 2020. Can't tell you how happy I am to be able to watch this type of level of football on a consistent basis. That you will have seen is the documentary on Jordan Henderson. It's a 3-part documentary series, 2 parts exclusively available on the redmentv.com. One's going out for Club Legends, number 2, sorry, is going out for Club Legends this evening with the 3rd part following next Monday as well. To all other subscribers on the website, that goes out Wednesday. It's absolutely brilliant. And the Jurgen Klopp 18-minute exclusive interview with that man there, Mr. Paul Machin, is on the website and exclusively available to every subscriber of the redmentv.com right now. It's absolutely brilliant. If you just watch it, it just puts a smile on your face. That is the nicest thing that I can say about it, because I was in a really bad mood when I put it on, and I just watched him smile and watched Jurgen smile, and I just bounced through the rest of the day. It was absolutely superb. You'll be glad to know, Paul, that I found myself a genuine Scottish banana for the second half.
Amazing. And how are you going to eat that? Oh wow, it's just going to deep throat it. That's cool. Brilliant. You've purposely stayed away from that for so long. Yeah, is this the Adrian stuff, Tom? Thank you. Yeah, we will talk about that in a moment. So yeah, just to reiterate, it's easy for me to say, what Chris has said there. Yes, the full Jurgen Klopp interview, which, look, I'll be honest, we would be screaming from the rooftops normally on its own. It's basically bonus content at the moment for what we're doing. Phenomenal. Yeah, he's just such good value. He talks about some of the biggest moments of Jordan Henderson's career at Liverpool. I think the really interesting stuff is the talk about Barcelona at half time. He talks about the hug at full time in Madrid, and references an awkward situation with Andy Robertson as well, which is really funny. So yeah, if you want to smile, if you want to laugh, then check that out. But yeah, as pointed out, so each and every week now, we've actually got the next 2 episodes coming. Episode 2 is this week, episode 3 is the week after, and then we've got a massive content drop coming at the end as well. So we've got today going out for Club Legends, as Chris mentioned, is early release of that episode, but also we've got an exclusive interview with Jamie Carragher, with Melissa Reddy, and the 3rd interview is Lucas Leiva. There you go, Lucas Leiva. We've got that many. That's coming out around the episode itself, so you're not just going to get episode 2 of the Hendo Doc, you're also going to get those to complement the Jurgen Klopp interview and the Bolo's Ending interview that went out last week as well. And there'll be more coming next week and the week after that. The Trent Alexander-Arnold and the Steven Gerrard and the Peter Moore and the Kenny Dalglish interviews, and a whole host more are still to come. Perfect time to sign up on the website. Yes, we've got some breaking news, Chris Pajak. Adrian has signed a new contract at Liverpool Football Club.
How long is it?
About A4 size, so about 297 millimetres.
About 33 pages long, no doubt. Not just one of those pages of A4.
I've no idea.
Yeah,
okay, I'd imagine
fine.
1 year.
Good, because someone in the comments said until 2026, in which case I was about to top myself. I can't imagine, after not giving Genie a 3-year deal, would be going out a 5-year deal for Adrian. It's got to be 1 year, hasn't it? And I'm okay with that. Yeah. I think Kelleher's our number 2, but if he needs to go and improve and become good enough to be a number 1, he might not need to be around this season for that. Yeah. He might need to go somewhere else. You want your number 2 to be a safe pair of hands. The question mark is Adrian a safe pair of hands?
I think he's such a big character and he's got so much charisma. I think he's so important for the all-round. What they love about him is how hard he works. and how committed he is and how happy he is to be the guy who supports Alisson, not just as in being his understudy, but just who supports him in training and in the warm-ups and all that kind of stuff. So be interesting to see what happens with Kelleher. I've just got a couple of quotes here. Adrian saying, I'm delighted to stay at the club. Firstly, because the reward from the club for the hard work that I've been doing since I signed 2 years ago. I really appreciate that confidence from the club, from the manager, from everyone involved in that situation. Secondly, and above all that, it's a pleasure to stay in Liverpool. It's such a big club, blah, 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 blah. That's fine.
It's off, by the way.
Yeah, we're underway. Shea Adams is on up front for Scotland as well, going for it. Will that lead to slightly better, more interesting football in front of us? God, let's hope so. Let us know your thoughts on the Adrian stuff then in the comments. We'll have a little chat around that. To Chris's point, I agree. I don't know whether Kelleher's just going to be the number 2, but you need 3 goalkeepers. And we definitely need that because we've used our second choice too many times. It's a shot. It's a good
imagine
save,
it's much easier to sign him on a 1-year deal than try and scout someone else who's going to be happy to sit on the bench. And hopefully sit on the bench all season.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I would be having him. So he's just there. He's about you need those goalies. I don't know how far along the other ones are. I've no idea where. Little deflected, good stop again. Czech Republic coming out the blocks firing early in the second half. I don't know where Kamil Grabara's at, so I don't know whether him, having had the loan spells, is now ready to can he drop in and do what Kelleher did last season while Kelleher goes out and gets a season of professional footy. I don't know. I don't want Adrian in goal for Liverpool in big football matches anymore, or any football matches, to be perfectly honest. But I can understand. It's like having. Hopefully, it's just Manninger.
Alex Manninger.
Yeah. We just bought him just because we just needed another fella to be around the place.
I completely forgot we just bought him.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. Yeah, there you go. That's good play by. That's Shea Adams, isn't it? There.
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go. Is that Robbo in the centre mid?
Of course it is. Mid.
Brilliant. Well done, Robbo.
Back to left back. Yeah. O'Donnell whips it in this time. Doesn't look. They don't seem to have patterns of play.
Scotland. Unless it's have the ball for 3 passes and give it away, I've not noticed any patterns.
Yeah. Oh, this is decent though. A little decent spell of possession.
Oh, good ball, Robbo!
Fished away by the goalie, brought down. Strike! Oh, it's at the crossbar!
Oh, that was good play. 3.5 minutes of pressure ball.
Might have even been 4. Oh, fantastic stuff from the
What a ball by Robbo.
Yeah, great cross. Really dug it out. Good punch away from the keeper. Good composure.
Oh, that's
unlucky. Squared it.
A little bit of the Stevie G v Villa about that shot, except he didn't go in. No, he'd done it 1,000 times, didn't he? Solid start so far. Hendry coming up from the back with that strike. Did anyone answer the question whether he's related to Colin Hendry? I know what, I'll just answer it myself. I'm going to go by his hair and say no.
What did we say his name is? Is it right? Is it?
I don't know. Jack Hendry.
Jack
Hendry. He's got. I think Colin Hendry's more likely to be related to the Witcher than Jack Hendry. What a ball!
It's the keeper! Palmed it away! Oh, action, excitement! This is what it feels like to watch a half-decent game of footy.
Oh, they've ruined it. 3.5 minutes, Paul.
Yeah.
What a ball this is by Robbo again, by the way. That's a great save.
Yeah, that's a pretty good save from the goalkeeper. Just takes a wild clearance from the goalie. Tries to loop it over his own keeper.
That's a brilliant save. No, it doesn't go in, lads.
Yeah, don't worry about it, lads. Sorry, Toffee TV are doing a watch-along on a delay. That's brilliant. They might as well be watching our watch-along and doing a reaction.
Have you got the Andy Robbo song on repeat here for Ben?
No.
Oh, no. We could have just had it for the full 90.
I know, I thought about that after we started, and I gave my connection away to you to use for the laptop.
That's a hell of a save, isn't it?
That, yeah, absolutely.
The cop-out, are Czech Republic any good these days? Judging on this 49 minutes, no.
Nah.
They're not an exciting side to watch. I know that for
it's
for
funny
sure.
because I saw someone mention Thomas Rosicky in the comments earlier, and you think about Vladdy Smicer and Paddy Berger and Karol Poborski, Pavel Nedved above all else, and I just don't feel like they've got anything like that in the at all in the side. I've not noticed anyone in that team. I've gone, oh, he looks like a player. Robbo's just.
Oh dear, what's happened there?
It's just hit his head.
It's his knee.
I tell you what did me no favours in that England game. The fucking physio who was had the most dramatic body movements I've ever seen. Every time, like Harry Kane hit the post, and he ran, and I was like, and off the back of the Christian Eriksen stuff, everyone's on pins.
Yeah, that's it. You're absolutely right. It was off the back of the Eriksen stuff. Like, I thought that Harry Kane one looked really bad on first watch, like he'd winded himself, you know what I mean? And then by about the third time, I was thinking, doesn't even look like it's going to hurt. I think he might have hit his arm or something instead. Like, but you're right. The physio was mad. Mad.
Funny that, isn't it? Yeah, he did make me feel like everyone's dead every time someone went to the field, which is not the world you want to be in when that's literally someone died on the pitch for the weekend. Yeah, fucking stupid. Right.
Oh,
yes, bingo, bingo, we got a bingo, right, okay, let's go back to the Scottish Euro cliche bingo. Thank you, BBC, for finally giving us a view of the fucking crowd. Yes. Tartan hat, ginger wig, I don't care if it was a wig or not, it was defo ginger, we're having that.
And just in case you're wondering how I am in a high pressure situation, that's the type of reaction that I have. Yeah, there's a car coming right at me.
That's amazing.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Sick! Are you having a laugh?
That was sick from Schick. What a goal! Oh my good lord! What a goal that is. We were just talking about they haven't really got any players of quality. They might have scored goal of the tournament there. We've gone from ginger wigs and tartan hats to halfway line goals. God. What a strike that is.
Oh, no.
McGregor's got zero chance there. Look at him running. It's like Baywatch, only shit.
McGregor? It's Marshall, isn't it?
Oh, Marshall, whatever.
Whatever. I mean, I'm sure Marshall will be happy that you've accredited that to fucking him, but
yeah, Marshall in goal. Oh dear. Guys, reckon he dies that?
What?
Do you reckon he dies that silver skunk stripe in his hair there? Oh, and there's the celebration. There's another one of the wigs there.
Oh yeah, it's like buses, Paul.
Like buses. Yeah, we've waited all game for one, and we've seen action, and we've seen our first tick off the Scottish Euro cliche bingo. Fabulous stuff.
That was some goal, that. We should probably end the stream now. I don't think it's getting better than that.
No, absolutely. Well, it can only thing is Scotland are either dead and buried, or now they're going to have one of the most heroic comebacks that we've seen in Euros. So I think this is poised rather nicely, if you ask me.
2-0's a dangerous scoreline, Paul.
It's a dangerous scoreline.
We may have ruined the Toffee TV reaction to that goal.
Yeah, absolutely. In answer to my question, he's not the child of Colin Hendry. He's got several children.
Is Hendry related to the computer game character?
Is Hendry related to the computer game character? Yeah. Stephen Hendry in a computer game? No. Okay.
Let's just leave it. I'm having more than 6 million of these biscuits made and sold every week, Paul. That's a lot of biscuits sold, isn't it?
Computer game. Did you misspeak? Okay, sad. What were you trying to say?
Don't worry about it. I'm going to eat my biscuit. I'm going to be quiet from now on.
People are still talking about Ancelotti in midfield. Is it to that? Yes, that's it. It's brought down. Oh, can they? Czech Republic can't get their way through it. Oh, it's over the bar. It is over the bar. Colin Hendry on Twitter has at BraveheartCH as his Twitter handle. Good on him.
Does that count in our bingo?
Yeah, why not? I didn't expect it, so I've not got it. Funnily enough, I've not got it on there. But yeah, good on him. Need to see Rod Stewart in the crowd here. Maybe when he gets rolled out for the big games. So yeah, just an update on our Scotland cliche. We need Scotland to score, Chris, or do something good so they can show a positive fan reaction, and then we can start ticking some stuff off. Yeah, really disappointing of the camera crew so far. Really disappointing.
On the plus side, as Kevin points out, looks like Rob will get a decent holiday.
Yeah, bless. This is the point, and this is where it comes down to biases, and it'll always be me. Liverpool biases will always shine, particularly for nations I'm not, directly associated with. More Liverpool player time off, the better, please. But also, look, if either win it. That's my point. If you're gonna get out the groups, win it. Don't waste everyone's time by not winning it. Because at least you get the glory. You come back when you've won something like, I got a good sense of pride from those Spain wins back in the day, because we had a lot of Spanish players in and around the team at that point, Torres, Alonso, etc. So I felt something because I got to feel that for it. So I'm happy for a Liverpool player to win the Euros. Mm-hmm. But if they're going to do it. I'd be arsed with this, like getting to the semi-finals and going out. Because if you go to the semi-final, I presume they'll do a third place playoff.
Guess so, yeah.
Which is just fucking terrible. That's just another game of footy that
I don't understand why they bother. Like, it's not like the fucking Olympics where you get a bronze medal, is it?
Still a good chance. You probably do get something, don't you? Some trinket.
The lads who come second throw the medals away. So what are you thinking about the third place players do?
Yeah, that's true. That's why I found the championship hilarious. That you win a trophy for finishing third and winning the playoffs, which if you finish second, you get fuck all. No, you've got to play 2 more games. Well, was it 4 more games?
Well, you can finish fucking 6th, can't you?
Yeah.
And still get your trophy.
Good cross shoulder away.
Go on,
Robertson trying to keep it alive.
Unlucky.
This is the problem when he's got no one that he trusts. He's clipping that back to Sadio Mane there instead of trying to, outside of the boot, reverse spin his way, nutmeg our man on the
if you could have one Liverpool player win the Euros, who would it be?
I don't even know who we've got at the tournament, Chris, to be honest.
Thiago, Robbo,
exactly
Nico Williams, Wilson,
Harry Wilson,
Henderson.
Jordan. Jordan.
There's 2 more there that I've forgotten about. Oh, Shaqiri. And there's 1 more. We had 7. Who?
Divock? He's not there. Shut up, Tom. Divock. Jesus Christ.
Jota's the other lad, isn't he? I'd have Robbo win it.
Okay.
Because at least he's captain in his country, and you know how much it means to him to captain his country.
You're dead right. That's the only and to be fair, it's kind of where my point emerged from, is that I want Scotland to go. Robbo's played more footy for us than anyone. The only player who's played as much footy is Gini Wijnaldum. He's not our problem anymore. So he can play every minute of every game for Holland, as far as I'm concerned, and I get to enjoy that.
This.
Oh, let's see it again. The strike just inside the half.
Oh, that is something else.
Yeah, he's probably won goal at the tournament already, and it's only the first round of fixtures.
In the shittest game.
In the shittest game as well. Just goes to show international football, twists and turns, and tartan hats with ginger wigs. That's been the 2 big take-homes from this so far. Czech Republic actually starting to play some better footy here. Scotland living dangerously and not in a fun Austin Powers kind of way. I can't remember what I was talking about. It's kind of been interesting. So I'll stop.
I think it was about the Henderson captaincy.
Yeah, so the Robbo thing. Yeah, if the Scotland are going to get out the groups, which I don't want any Liverpool players to get out of the groups unless they're going to win it, is what I'm saying. Because if you get far, you end up in disappointment. So you've got to shed the disappointment on all the back, particularly in fucking England, are the worst for it. Of like, someone's got to be the villain. Like, I can't be arsed with England going out and Jordan Henderson
having a penalty.
Having missed a vital penalty or not done something or whatever. But Thiago,
I think is the most likely of the Liverpool players to win it. Jota, I feel, is the most likely of the Liverpool players to become like stupidly well known off the back of the Euros, because I think Ronaldo is waning now, and I think it's Jota's team to take forwards potentially.
going to try and Nairn's open. Well, yeah, no, and to be fair, he's been brilliant.
Oh, go on, make it.
He's looking ready to be that heir apparent to Portugal's next big star. So I'm actually, I'd not even really thought about it, mainly because we didn't really see him at the end of the season because he got injured. I'd forgotten a little bit about him, but I would be made up to see Jota do well. But equally, by the same flip notion of that, he's had injury problems this season. We are apparently Liverpool having kickoffs with Salah around the Olympics. We've got the African Cup of Nations in mid-season. I would very much like Jota just to get home and get wrapped up and get fit for the new season. With Scotland coming forward again, a little bit of verve, a little bit of intense.
Bang it!
Trying to go. Oh, it's deflected! Oh, it's on the roof of the net. Armstrong, great run through the middle of the park. A little bit unlucky right at the death there.
Scotland have had the chances, haven't they?
It's been a much better second half, isn't it? No. Yeah, that's
good.
No.
Dry.
That's what you leave out to feed birds with. Squirrels.
I quite like that.
Squirrels come and eat that in your garden.
I genuinely quite like that.
It's absolutely fine. You're right. It needs some sort of like a
cheese and a chutney.
Cheese and a chutney, exactly. In swinger from Robbo, headed away. Again, looks to keep it in. Back over to Andy Robertson, goes for the deep cross again. Dangerous flick towards the backstick, put back into the middle. Toe poke saved by the goalkeeper. Can Scotland keep this up?
No.
Not with a cross like that, they can't. Top of the goal. And a goal kick to the Czech Republic. Half an hour.
Sorry, someone's just asked. It's a Nairn's fruit and seed oatcake. We've gone for the Scottish snacks. We've got Tunnocks caramel wafers. We've got Tunnocks tea cakes, and we've got shortbread as well to back it up with our
good save.
And brew. Don't know what we're gonna do. Maybe have some like salted fish when we watch Finland.
Oh yeah, can you sort that out?
No.
Can you make some borscht?
Polish, that or Russian? They play Russia, don't they? No, I haven't got the time. It's a beetroot soup, if I'm right, isn't it, borscht?
It's just cold.
Remember?
It's just cold soup. Just have a tin of tomato soup and not eat it up.
Borscht. Wonderfully vibrant beetroot soup. There you go.
There you go.
I mean, I don't know any of the Russian players, but I know what borscht is.
Yuri Tekov and borscht. Get in. Ooh, long ball over the
Kevin
top.
likes the tea cakes. I mean, we all like
Flick down, good knockdown. Jay Adams is battling. Scotland getting men forward. They need support. Found it again. Robertson. That's a twat of a ball to Robbo. He's battled because that's what he does, but that is it. Shame.
Well, the second half's been well better.
It's actually been an entertaining game of football. The odds of us doing more of these watch-alongs have increased dramatically in this first half because, as I say, it's been like slow torture otherwise. Come tune in and watch Paul and Chris be sinfully bored live on the internet. Oh, this is good. Very good. Yeah, Kevin said nothing beats the tea cakes. Tea cakes are good, aren't they?
They're amazing.
Yeah, I prefer them.
They're not
to
for eating on
snowballs.
camera.
No,
it's too sticky and fucking all over the shop. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have also said so it was a banana, but like
you've got to own it, Paul.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, I've still got the banana. I forgot about that. Thanks for that.
To break it off, yeah, clever boy. Yes, Robertson couldn't do anything with that there. They got McGregor coming on. Given away by the Czech Republic in midfield. I haven't. Oh, I tell you what, John McGinn's getting better and better as well, isn't he? He's getting more involved in this game. Good to see. Did you watch any of the Wales game at the weekend?
No.
Oh, here comes Robbo. Nothing doing. He tries to get to the byline.
I had it on while I was doing other stuff, like so. For probably if you're having a conversation about it, no.
I put it. I'm same, to be honest. I put it on in the in the garden on the iPad and probably fell asleep. So when they scored the equaliser, I think I woke me up. That was fine. But I watched it in spells. I was amazed. Like I love the tenuous Liverpool connections around things. Like Danny Ward being in goal, he had a great game. I was well made up for him.
He had a good game, yeah. It was just
and well made up. And obviously you got Nico on the bench, Harry Wilson,
Joe Allen,
yeah, absolutely. Wee Joe, yeah, it's good. Yeah, he is. And obviously, sound, absolutely sound. We probably in with the gift of hindsight, and it was mentioned in the comment before, we've got more invested in the Welsh team than we have than
England.
Yeah, than any team pretty much in the tournament. But they've got no 2 o'clock kick-off, so unlucky. It's going to drop, it's a chance. What a save! Oh, Scotland are banging on the door and there's no one answering but the Czech Republic goalkeeper, and he's basically saying, fuck off, we don't want any. Still Scotland 0, Czech Republic 2. That lad, Lyndon Dykes, he's had all the good chances have fallen to him, and he's
who's he play for?
No idea. Let's find out. Oh, what do you reckon? Queen's Park Rangers. He says it's straight down the keeper's throat there.
Handball. I don't know the Euro rules on handball. Would that have been disallowed?
I didn't see it. Sorry.
It came off the other fella's arm and then went to him.
I don't think so. I think it's only deliberate.
He looks like a knockoff Stuart Downing, doesn't he?
Yeah.
You know, like one of them crappy Frozen dolls that you get abroad that aren't actually Disney.
Yeah, it's like freezing.
Yeah.
Real magical doll. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, little change there. Jack Hendry off, Callum McGregor on. I imagine that means they're going to go to 4 at the back. Just change the shape here and try to go a little bit more attacking. And why not, really? Ryan Fraser's on for Stuart Armstrong as well. Okay, cool. The Scottish Sheridan Shaqiri.
He looks like it, doesn't he?
Absolutely. The Scottish power cube, the power cube, if you will, or the power cube.
Whoa! I mean, he gets him like 9.8 for the dive.
Headed on. Wow, Scotland going to throw the kitchen sink at this one, and they're going to have to, really, because if you can't get anything from the Czech Republic in the opening game, it's a bit of a... I hadn't really followed too much of the rules, but I got this from watching one of the build-ups the other day, that third place teams can go through as well, can't they? If the best place third place teams can
this
go
is
through.
Because of the extra teams,
because it's 2014. Yeah, because they've made a stupid amount of teams in the
competition. As far as this group goes, it's probably not a bad thing to finish second.
Yeah.
Because you play the second in the Germany-France group, I believe.
Second place second.
Or you're playing one of the winners, I suppose, aren't you? I'm not sure. But either way, Germany and France are in the next one. So you've either got Germany or France, haven't you? So either way, you're fucked, aren't you, I suppose?
Yeah. But what the point I think that I saw being made was 4 points. So probably 4 points could get you into the knockouts.
Yeah.
A win and a draw. A win could be enough because of that third place, because of the third place thing. So Scotland need to get something from this, really, just to give themselves a fighting chance. Like a draw is not a bad result. There you go. James Gunn saying winner of this group plays second in the Germany, France, Portugal group. Second plays second because a bunch of the first play third places as in bad company. Okay, cool. That's interesting.
Right. If England win their group, their round of 16 tie will be against the second place team from France, Germany, Portugal and Hungary. So you don't want to win the group. So you want to come second.
Literally just read that.
And then you've got Sweden, Spain, Poland or Slovakia, or the third place team from A, B, C and D.
Okay. Well, so England are fucked either way.
Yeah, they're fucked.
Okay, cool. Well, at least if they're going to do it, it'd be good to play some decent teams, as opposed to getting to a semi-finals of a competition, having blagged your way through. It'd be interesting to see if they're any good or not. I hope they are. Is there a sort of point... I don't know if we've talked about it too much before. Hang on, long ball over the top. Nodded down. Scotland looking to keep them penned in. This is better. Getting men up in support of the attack now. Ball into the channel, right-hand side. Fraser making that run on the overlap. He's got into the byline. He's bundled to the ground. They say goal kick. Where do you stand on Gareth Southgate?
His head. What? As far as what? Is he a good manager?
No, I'm saying where do you think he's... What's your feelings, thoughts or feelings and opinions on him?
He is probably a good manager for England.
Yeah.
But I don't think it necessarily translates. We were talking about this before. That a good club manager is a good international manager. Yeah. I think it's two completely different jobs almost. I think someone who can corral a squad is better used than a tactician when it comes to international football. The best thing I can say about Southgate is he's his own man. He's not bound to any pressure, and he's willing to stand up for his team. A la the taking a knee stuff where he's come out and wrote a column and all that type of stuff. That's absolutely brilliant. That's what you want the England manager to do. Understand what they are. They're almost like, in some ways, they're a bit like a captain of your football team. They're not. He's
a cheerleader.
Yeah, he's got to have a bit of that in him, and he's got to sort of corral the nation. And
He
all
does.
that type
People
of
think
stuff.
about him. You know, he's got personalities. No, he's not a gregarious character. Oh, hang on a second. Fraser crosses it in this time. It's cleared away by the Czech
Comes
Republic.
across as a nice guy as well, to be fair.
Exactly, and that's the thing, is that he's got personality. He clearly is a thinker. He clearly understands. You know, he's not that Roy Hodgson who's just he's the human equivalent of a block of wet cement. Like, you know, he's very slow, sluggish, not very forward thinking. Gareth Southgate clearly is a student of the game. He's got his opinions on stuff, whether you agree with them or not is by the by, but he's got like interesting opinions on stuff. He clearly likes decent football. He also understands the importance of setting a defence as well, because he was a centre half, so of course. And again, he just seems like a decent fella. I think, well, how many bellends there have been? I mean, Sam Allardyce. I actually wanted Sam Allardyce as England manager, and I would have been fascinated to see what that would have been like, because I think he's bits of that, but he is the gregarious character. He is that larger than life thing that I think you could see him having a pint of Tetley's tipped over his head when England win a game of footy and loving it and all that kind of stuff. And I think a load of people would have bought into that. But Southgate I don't know if you've watched the second episode of the Hendo stuff, but like the way Southgate talks on that, he gets it. He's not, again, him not being a bellend, I think is a big thing. Is he a master tactician? I've no idea. Genuinely no idea. We'll find out, won't we? But
I actually think if he wants to do it, I think Lampard's going to be a future England manager.
Could be, yeah.
Because I think he's got that little bit of something where he's been there, he's been through the golden generation, he's felt the heartache, in much the same way that Southgate has. I think that's what lends himself to being a good manager, is that he's been through the heartache as an England player himself.
Yeah. And he's got an aura of being that Southgate doesn't have, of being a brilliant player, which I think is quite useful. And is Shevchenko the Ukraine manager? I think.
Is he? Yeah.
Maybe I'm wrong on that, but you know, sometimes that can help in that regard.
Is Rebrov
just...
like number 2?
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Oh, we need to check that out, don't we? Imagine. They played yesterday, didn't they? Well, you watched that game?
Which?
The Ukraine game, didn't you?
I watched the second half, yeah.
And
I thought they were rubbish until they started scoring goals, and they were great. James Gunn, Roy Hodgson is the ready salted, ham no mayo and Buxton water of managers. Yeah, that's the...
It is. Shevchenko is the coach.
Yeah, the worst of the meal deals. Joe Raber, Gerrard as England manager? Nah. But again, you know, you don't know what happens with Gerrard and down the line, because he might actually... Gerrard, I think, would fit that bill as well, but I only know what I know of him as a manager, because from what he's done so far, if he doesn't get the Liverpool job, I could see, and he's got enough going for him. I mean, Christ, he's won Scottish Premiership. It's more. I think is that more than Gareth Southgate's ever won as a manager?
Did he get Middlesbrough to a final or something? Did he manage Middlesbrough, Southgate?
He definitely did. I think
who got them to the Europa League final?
Steve McLaren.
Steve McLaren.
Yeah, I'm going to look that up actually. But it's. Gerrard having the aura and being a bit of a, you know, being able to handle being able to handle the media is one of the biggest parts of being the England manager. We'll find out. I don't think Gareth Southgate has won anything. Let me find out.
Zachary Egan saying, will there be a pod tomorrow? I believe there will be a pod tomorrow, my friend.
Absolutely. Honours, manager, the UEFA Nations League, 3rd place. England under 21. Toulon tournament 2016. It doesn't say whether he won it or not. It just says Toulon tournament. I don't know if that's true.
What's happened to him? Is there a sniper in the ground there looking at him?
Yeah, he's in Treasure Island. He was handed the black spot. Literary references. He won Premier League Manager of the Month in August 2008. BBC Sports Personality of the Year Coach Award in 2018.
Didn't know there was a Coach Award.
Yeah, and the FWA Tribute Award in 2019. And he is an OBE as well.
What the fuck's he got an OBE for?
For the World Cup thing.
For
Gets
losing?
the semis of the final. Well, yeah, but think about that. That's still the semi-finals of the World Cup.
It's not that big a fucking deal.
No, but it is. But do you remember, Chris, people still talk about that tournament that summer like it was the best summer of their lives?
Nah, it wasn't.
Oh, was it not? Okay, yeah, right, sad. Okay, yeah, good. All right. He won the Premier League Player of the Month in January 2000.
So we're giving OBEs out for finishing 4th?
Yeah.
Did he have a third place playoff?
Yeah.
Did he lose that?
No idea. Probably.
Because we'd have heard about it if they finished third, wouldn't we? That would have seeped into my consciousness.
He won the first division title with Crystal Palace in 93, 94 as a player.
At least give him a fucking OBE for that.
He won the League Cup
You know
with
what I
Villa
mean?
in 95, 96.
There you go, give him an OBE for that. Not finishing 4th in a competition.
Runner-up of the League Cup with Borough in 2003, 2004 as a player. But yeah, to my point, so yes, Gerrard has won more as a manager than current England manager Gareth Southgate. So Gerrard, there's worse shouts than Stevie to get that job, but there you go. Right. David Long says, what do you think of Adrian contract extension? Good enough backup? Look, I know, but also to your point that you were making earlier, Chris, I think there's too many of the bits and pieces that need to be done without worrying about devoting energies to finding a third choice goalkeeper, which I think he is at this point.
Yeah, I mean, we said it earlier, David, is that I think that Kelleher is the long-term number 2. Maybe they think he's going to be a number 1. But there is a point in a young player's career where you're a goalkeeper or an outfielder.
It's dropped down. McTominay.
Yeah, there's a point in a goalkeeper's career where or an outfield player where you need to play football. And I think Kelleher's probably at that for him to improve and go on and hit the ceiling. It feels like it was the easiest thing for Liverpool to do by signing up Adrian. Now, you know, sometimes that's not always the right thing to do, the easiest thing, but he really asked about going out and signing a third choice goalkeeper, someone who's going to fit into the squad and who's going to train with Alisson and have that close relationship with him and the other goalkeepers. Sometimes it's better the devil you know, and I think Adrian is that.
As I say, I'd be uncomfortable if he's our second choice goalkeeper. I don't mind it if you're in a really sticky situation and you've got 2 goalkeepers out injured and you end up with Adrian in goal. Well, shrug, because you can't protect against that really, unless you're Chelsea since Abramovich took over when they had like 3 really good goalkeepers at all times. They just decided Carlo Curacini, who'd been the best goalkeeper in the league, was their second choice goalkeeper all of a sudden, and signed an even better one in Czech. So yeah, look again. It's just what it is, isn't it? It's not like it's anything to get excited about. I don't think it's anything to get upset about. I said this before. He's a character, and I think you need that. You need someone who's got some personality as a backup goalie, because they need to bring something. I mean, look at Pepe Reina, basically the world's most expensive cheerleader in all of those Spanish successes at international tournaments, and that was it. That's what Pepe Reina's role was in that. So yeah, it could be a lot worse. But I'm sure we'll do.
On for Scotland, Paul.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll do some more on it on the podcast.
This will be the man to change the game.
Who is it?
Number 25. Coming on for the number 2.
James Forrest.
James Forrest.
Yeah, he plays for
Nottingham.
Celtic. Absolutely outstanding.
That's Dykes coming off, and the number 19 is coming on, I think. Maybe. Oh. Yeah. Oh, that's Nisbet. Sells catering supplies.
Yeah.
No, that's Nisbet's.
Yeah. His dad's Rab C. Is that? Oh no. Can Scotland do anything? They've had big chances in this game to get even a sniff, and so far they haven't found a way past the Czech Republic goalkeeper Thomas Vatlik. Here we go.
This game's petered out again.
Hasn't it just? Dominic Holland saying nothing wrong with Adrian. Well, he's fine. you know, again, I can't. I see no need to defend Adrian, like, because I'm not defending him as our first choice goalkeeper.
Who's City's backup goalkeeper?
It's some American guy, and then Scott Carson's third choice.
I mean, that kind of says it all, really, doesn't it? If your goalkeeper's fit, you don't never fucking find out who the other person is.
Yeah, it's true. I think their second choice is meant to be all right. Although he was big time at fault in the FA Cup game. But yeah, regardless, you're right. Your idea is that your first choice goalkeeper's not injured. You can't do too much about that. And again, you look at your profile. You're looking at a 30-something-year-old goal. We've got what a turn! Great turn in the middle of the park. Scotland looking to get away. Good.
He looked like by the time he got to the second challenge, he was blowing out of his arse, wasn't he?
Absolutely done.
That's very much me in the first minute of 5 aside.
Oh, there's a chance to kill it. Oh, it's a good save by Marshall in goal, right down his throat. That would have been game over. Robertson looks to get them on the front foot, looks for a pass. That's actually quite decent football there. Fraser looking to burst.
Go on.
Looking to send that long.
Go on.
Boom. Yeah, nothing doing there. Nothing doing.
Bang it. Okay, that's more sensible.
Yeah, this has been a bit poo. You're looking for older. You can't buy. No point buying another young goalie. You might, if you go and buy a goalie who's of a good age. What the fuck's he doing coming to play for you when he could be going and playing for someone playing every week? It's a really difficult position. We were talking about this
on the Reds transfer roundup last week on the website and stuff, and you know, I don't fully know the rules on like season-long loans, other than I don't know whether it can you record them from the Championship but not the Premier League. I don't know. Maybe you do.
No.
But the idea was, why don't you just put them on like a 3-month loan and then another 3-month loan and another 3-month loan and try and do it that way? Whether teams bite on something like that, who knows? But
they've changed the rules on it all. So like the reason why Harvey Elliott couldn't play for Liverpool at the end of the season is because they've changed. Decent shot, decent save. Yeah, they've stopped those kind of deals happening where you've got to commit to a full period or whatever. But yeah, you definitely used to be able to do more of that stuff. I mean, there's also a point here where I can't remember who made the point, or maybe I just made the point after seeing something similar that was said. Alisson's at the Copa America, so you're gonna have pre-season's gonna start, and you're gonna have no senior age goalkeeper.
Oh, he's missed it. He's completely fluffed it. Yeah.
So, not that again, it's that big a deal. Like again, it makes a massive difference to the quality of your players. But you need Adrian around for the start of the season just because of that. You don't kind of know what's going. You might never need to play him, and if he ends up again, if he's second choice, then it's a bit of a mad decision for me. But if he's third choice, fine. But you're going to need at least one extra goalkeeper for pre-season, just while you get everything up to speed. So yeah,
it's just such a fucking hard position to sort out backup goalkeeper, isn't it?
We've had think about all the backup goalies we've had over the years, and we've never had a goalie as good as Alisson in any of that time as well. In addition to that, which in turn makes it even harder to buy another one. You know, we had Mignolet and Karius, who were like at best.
Oh, go on. Go on,
skill. Good skill deflected. Oh, Scotland desperately trying to break them down. Forrest, Maisie run into the box, and Shelska blocked it out. Karius and Mignolet just unplugging the Champions League final from Karius' record, which is impossible to do. But they were 7 out of 10 goalies at best, 7 out of 7.5 on a really, really good day. But we had 2 of them. Whereas we've got a 10 out of 10 goalie and a 6 in Adrian, you know, on his best day. So yeah, tricky. Don't know. Why would you want to come and be a goalkeeper for Liverpool? Because you'd be looking at him going, how am I going to oust the best goalkeeper in the world?
You're not. Yeah. You got no chance. And here's the point: none of them do. Not one goalkeeper in the world has a chance of ousting Alisson. CZ Red said it was Zach Steffen from our Discord group, by the way. Is the young lad. To which Cyber Sims replied, I thought it was Claudio Bravo. CZ Red said, nah, it's Steffen.
Yeah, it used to be. Oggy as me makes a good point. Is just get someone with slightly less baggage. Now that's the thing. Well, the thing is, if the baggage thing was an issue, I think they'd have let him. Look, his contract was up. They'd have just let him go. But we have the baggage.
Yeah.
I don't think Klopp and the team necessarily have the baggage in the same way.
Look, it comes down to it like this. Liverpool have loads of holes in their squad at the moment, as I see it. Loads of positions that you probably want to fill in the squad, not necessarily the first team. Where are you going to put your money? Because it's a finite resource. The money for Liverpool Football Club, Scotland are through at the moment.
Just
Robertson
found the
on the left-hand
overlap from
side.
Andy Robertson, sets himself deep cross to the back post. This is a chance. It's
Oh, you just shoot, you bloody pillhead.
Oh, you had an opportunity there.
Yeah, so it's a finite resource. So are you going to throw 20 million at a backup goalkeeper here because you think you need one? Or are you going to just give a lad 50 grand a week or whatever to sit there?
You just don't. It's one of them, isn't it? Like, if you, in an ideal world, I think all of us, the Football Manager players, and all of us would have picked Donnarumma up on a free. Because why not?
Yeah, because it's that easy on Football Manager.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
don't have to speak to anyone.
Yeah, definitely. Don't have to manage his upset. But yeah, the reality doesn't work out quite the same. And they might have just looked around the free transfer list and gone, we can swap Adrian for someone else for a third choice goalie. And again, I'm basing this on him being a third choice goalie, and going, well, let's say it's not Buffon anymore, but like someone like that comes up, he probably wants 3 times the wages that Adrian does to do the same job, i.e. to not play football. And also, if you've got someone who was formerly world class and maybe they're on the way down, are they hungry for it? Do they still want? Are they still going to commit themselves in training? Do they know their role and are they happy with their role? Are they kind of cashing on past glories? You don't know any of these things. And Liverpool are the smartest men in the room when it comes to making these kind of transfer decisions. So yeah, it is what it is really. David Long, where is the Karius contract extension? Yeah, poor old Loris Karius.
He got let go, didn't he?
Well,
did he get let go?
No, he's got like 2 years left on his contract.
I thought he ran out this summer. Oh my God.
No. Yeah, he's still.
Are you sure he didn't get let go this summer when all the fucking contracts?
No, definitely.
Are you sure?
100%. Yeah. He's still there. I think about him every now and again, and I just think his Instagram game's still very strong.
Is he?
Because it has to be. Because if it's not, I don't know what he does. Because he was on loan at Union Berlin last season. So anyone wonders...
So he runs out next year.
Yeah. Well, if anyone wonders how our loanees did, we've done a lot of loanee reports on streaming on the redmentv.com. So I spoke to Neil Jones about him and Taiwo Awaniyi as well, both at Union Berlin last season. And like, Karius has gone from being first choice at Liverpool to being... getting loads of Besiktas and at least being in the team, and now Union Berlin had a good season by their own standards, but he's not even first choice at Union Berlin.
You surprised?
Well, yes and no, because again, he was in Besiktas' team. I don't expect him to then go to a team that, let's be honest, ambitions are to not get relegated from the Bundesliga and not even get in the team, which is just
just strikes me as a player that will never get over those mistakes.
No, I don't know what you do. For someone like him as well, and how he carries himself and his ego, and I say the ego, we found him to be a really nice fellow, and we spent a little bit of time with him. But for someone who, again, when you see how he puts himself across, and again, he's an Instagram model, he also plays football. For someone who does that and to be the butt of the jokes, I don't think would fit well with your psychology. He streams on Twitch, actually. I noticed this. He's got his own Twitch channel where he just plays computer games on Twitch. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe that's what he's got ahead of him, which is all a bit just very, very mad indeed. I do feel sorry for him. Joe Rainbird, pick one. Neuhaus, Tielemans, the other lad that I can't remember the name of. Well, you've narrowed that down a bit for us, Joe, at least. I don't know anything about this.
Pellegrini.
Neuhaus. But I know he was linked quite strongly at the weekend.
Is he Leverkusen or something like that? Werder Bremen. Yeah, I've heard a lot of links about him. Someone mentioned it on the show last week. I did on Friday, I think. By all accounts, from what I've read and stuff like that, apparently a really good player. No idea. Not looked into him myself.
Tielemans will be there because we've seen more of him, and he seems sound. It'll boil down to what they're looking for, and I don't know what we're looking for in a midfielder right now. Are we looking to replace Gini Wijnaldum, or did we replace Oh, it's got a great save, Marshall there, keeping the score at 2. Are we looking to replace like for like with Gini Wijnaldum and just get someone who's 5 years younger or 6 years younger or whatever?
That's Kurt Jones.
Or are we looking to... Have we already replaced him with Thiago Alcantara? And in that, what I mean is we've bought someone who's just better in the... more progressive with the ball. And so we've moved past the idea of a Gini Wijnaldum. I have no idea what it is we're looking for. My suspicion is, look at what we've bought and look at what we've been doing with midfield. We've been moving more towards... since buying Gini Wijnaldum, we've bought Oxlade-Chamberlain, Naby Keita, Thiago Alcantara, and we brought Curtis Jones into the side. All lads who all like running with the ball, like dribbling the ball, want to be more involved in the other half of the pitch. So, I guess we'll be after someone who does that kind of stuff, or are we looking to find the next Jordan Henderson because he's not going to have loads of years left ahead of him?
That's the thing for me, is that I think Liverpool do need to start looking seriously at what they're doing, because you got Thiago, you got Jordan Henderson, you got James Milner, all in the 30s at some stage of it and stuff like that. So Kurt Jones, I think, is the future. Fabinho's at a good age, a very good age for us at the moment. He's going to play there for probably another 5 or 6 years, should everything go to plan. I don't know what Liverpool decide to do, and I've got no idea what the next evolution of this side is, because I haven't seen anything to suggest that the way that Liverpool played when they won the league isn't going to work anymore.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen Liverpool, the side that won the league, play since they won the league.
And in fact,
because of Van Dijk and the Fabinho and Henderson injuries and everything else that goes in behind it. So why would you evolve from something when no one's proven to be able to stop it?
Yeah, it's true. And moreover, we saw Liverpool stripped of all those, find a way to beat teams who had found a way past the way that stopped us without all of those players as well. So we might have seen the evolution already. You know, Thiago's probably the evolution. Oh, sorry. I meant to put that Serach and Boogie as on the bingo. Damn it, never mind. Sorry, it was mentioned. It's Gladbach, not Bremen. Yeah, sorry, that's my mistake. I was looking at the badge in my brain and then said the wrong team. No, I agree with all that. So yeah, I really don't. To answer Joe's question, I really don't know. But I saw Tielemans score a great goal in the FA Cup final, so that's probably. I'll just go with him because that's how we judge footballers, right?
Oh, what a ball! Not quite enough zip on it.
I feel a bit sorry for Scotland there, Chris.
Yeah, they've been really good the second half. They could have at least, if they'd have just got one, they would have made it interesting, wouldn't they? And that's it, unfortunately. I mean, their keeper's made a couple of world-class saves. I think the one from Robbo's really good. I think the one where the defender flicks it over him, that's absolutely superb, because he gets it away from the fella that's running in, from Dykes, I think it was at the time and stuff. So yeah, they've been all right. I mean, I think the game's been quite well managed by the Czech Republic, having said all that.
Oh, they're in again. Fraser just trying to worm his way free. Robertson on the left-hand side, looking for that crossing position. It's another really good cross. It's headed. It's blocked. And they're remonstrating there. It's going to be a goal kick. Adonija says, would you guys be interested in making these live stream available to listeners' podcasts? I listen to the ones from the kickoff when I drive around. I don't think there's... look, I might be wrong, and I love being proven wrong, and if there's interest in that, then absolutely we will do. If lots and lots and lots of people want that, but if it's you, then that's a lot of extra work for something that's not going to be popular. So let us know if you want us to make our live streams available as podcasts, particularly the watch-alongs. It's not for me, but it's your channel at the end of the day. It's not, it's our channel, but you know what I mean. Right, it is a corner. We are in it, added time. Fraser's going to take it, obviously being told to hold on a moment, sorting out some kerfuffle in the middle of the box. He whips it in, headed away, and surely that will be all she wrote for Scotland in this game.
Just enough time for them to score from the halfway. No.
Yeah, absolutely. Robertson's back. He's going to try and pump it up. No, plays it down the line. Scotland get away with that one.
Go on,
He's been
Doom.
sent a twat of a ball to chase down there. Referee. Yeah, full-time whistle goes. Scotland 0, Czech Republic 2. The Scots have been blown away.
The full-time whistle just as much as them, to be honest with you.
Blessed relief from what was, on the whole, a pretty crap game of football, lit up by a worldie of a goal from Schick. And some good Scotland attacking play. It spells particularly well, actually entirely almost in the first half, apart from one Robbo chance in the first half. Yeah, it was all right.
It was a game of football that we watched together, Paul. Added to the long list of game of footballs that we've watched together. In 30 years' time, I won't remember it, I'll tell you that.
Oh, well, maybe, if it's the only Euros game we cover from this time. Do you want us to do more watch-alongs? Obviously, look, we've been let down a little bit by the quality of the football there. Ig Solo wants more Chris Food reviews. People, Ig Solo also, do you lads fancy James Ward-Prowse? Yeah, he looks all right, doesn't he?
Not really, no. Not my kind of guy.
Will any? He's another example of I don't know how to rate who's good enough for Liverpool anymore, because if we would be, he feels like a very 5 or 6 years ago. If we were buying him, we'd be made up. We'd be like, oh wow, James Ward-Prowse, look what he can do. Look at all his bits and pieces. Now I'm like, it feels like you're buying a lad who's just going to sit on the bench and then he'll come on when we're having an injury crisis and people think he's crap because he's not good enough to play in that, to lead that team. I really do struggle with that. But don't worry, we've got the Reds transfer roundup show. I'm going to be recording that tomorrow, looking at Liverpool's transfer potential ins and outs and some speculation as well. If anyone you want us to discuss, let us know. That will be streaming on the redmentv.com. Ben has just recorded the first summer football show of the summer period, looking at the Euros so far as well. So if you want to keep up with your football content, in-depth, detailed chats, between 45 minutes and an hour for those shows, keeping you ticking over in the absence of the Reds, then do sign up on the redmentv.com right now. Hi, Chris.
Just one more thing. Natural Reds put this in a few times, and he said, lads, when's the next Matron Pajak pod? We've literally not spoken about doing a Matron Pajak pod for a long time, have we? So, no idea is the honest answer, but I only answered that because I've seen it a few times and I meant to answer.
Same actually. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah, no plans for it at the moment, mate. Someone was saying they just found Karius' Twitch channel. Do go and check out Loris Karius' Twitch channel. But yes, I need to point this out one more time while we're here, because we've got hopefully you've all watched episode 1 of the Hendo 10 documentary. If you've not, go and check that out now. You've got a bit of a gap between this and the next match. It is completely free to watch right now on our YouTube channel. Episode 2 is on early release for Club Legend subscribers over on the redmentv.com, and for all other subscribers from Wednesday again on the redmentv.com, as well as the extra bonus content right now. Episode 1 is there alongside the interview with Jurgen Klopp that I did, which is brilliant. It's so much fun. So do check that out. And all the extra bonus content will be going on each and every week. So much stuff for you guys to keep you tied over, to keep you happy, to keep you celebrating this wonderful football club, and of course the legend that is Jordan Henderson. So episode 2 is on the way for you wonderful subscribers. Hope you check that out. Right, if you want another watch along, then you're gonna have to show us some love. Tell us which one you want. Stay tuned to our Twitter and we'll have more information hopefully later on in the week for that. Finland, Russia, are we still feeling that? Fucking why not?
Yeah.
What else are you going to do?
Well,
actual loads of work.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, thanks guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you all very soon. Ta-ra.
Settled in really quick. You could tell he was a real humble kid.
It was sad, but at the same time, if that's what they wanted to do, then fine.
Jordan Henderson would go to Fulham and Clint Dempsey would come to Liverpool.
Do I think that would have been the right decision? The answer would have been no.
Leaving Liverpool to go to Fulham, you wouldn't go, would you?
It never happened, so that's good.
That was the season when he truly arrived as a Liverpool player.
You just had Hendo that would provide the energy for the team.
We missed him immensely in them final few games, for sure.
You've got some bad news. It's what I thought you had. You've got cancer. Well, I can't remember much after that. Win the league and get every man of the match every week. That's what you need to do.
I think it was the ideal choice.
I couldn't see how they could do anything other than give him the captaincy once he played the way he played.
What a feeling that must have been for Jordan.
I don't see that Jordan changed, because he had the armband.
That whole run-up all the way to Kiev was so good because I think it was unexpected.
I could be a Champions League winner, yeah.
It was a tough night for all of us, for him as well.
It's at times like that when Jordan Henderson really comes to the fore.
We wouldn't be the team that we are today without that game.
I think then it felt like the next time it was going to be ours.